living here in Jersey, fighting villains from afar. You gotta find first gear in your giant robot car. You dig giant robots, I dig giant robots, we dig giant robots, chicks dig giant robots. Nice.
Hello again, and welcome to the Anime Boomer Podcast. This is your host, Dr. Ivo Robotnik.
Hey everybody, it's me, Gator. I know that was terrible. Welcome to another
This is
edition
the
of
theater
the
kid of the podcast.
Shut up, Spooky. It's your boy Gator here for another edition of the Anime Boomer Podcast. This time we're talking about Sonic the Hedgehog. We're going to split this one up into two parts because there's so much Hedgehog that there's just too much to talk about. Let me go ahead and introduce Spooky. How are you doing, Spooky?
I've got my autism pants on and I'm ready to get retarded. How's everyone tonight?
We've got some
Great,
returning
do it.
guests. We got some returning guests as well. We first got Cody from Anime Outsiders.
Hello, everybody. How are you doing today? I'm Cody. I'm on here with a femboy and a faker. How y'all doing?
Are we all doing impressions tonight?
Yeah, that's what we're
Is this
doing.
the-
Welcome to the most autistic episode we've ever had.
Hello, Casey.
And I guess it is a Friday, and Dimitri is technically a femboy.
Yeah, Femboy Friday. Woo!
God damn it.
I rather you just call me a slur. I'm gonna be real with you.
Okay, you're my friend. Does that make you feel more comfortable?
Ah, and here goes another
Feel less
episode.
insulted, yeah.
Here goes
Feel
another.
comfortable. Reminds you of home.
And our newest guest, who hopped onto this episode and revealed, he was just like, nah, man, I really don't know that much about Sonic. It's technical.
To be fair, that was your fault for stereotyping. You just assumed
yeah,
you
that's
like
true.
He has on a fucking.
No, thanks for
fucking
having me, Gator.
tailspin.
No, Spooky just reached out to me and was like, "Do you want to be on this podcast?" And I was like, "Sure." I didn't know I had to be like a Sonic super fan. That's my bad.
No, he's a real
Please don't
Sonic
do that
fan because
voice.
he's putting on his voice right now. That's how
I
he
thought we
has
were
a real
doing
Sonic
impressions.
I mean, that's fair. We kind of were doing impressions.
Spooky, I feel like that was too believable to be what you said.
Oh yeah, no. If he was actually like a,
I didn't realize that was tech at first.
So no, if he was actually a, he'd be like, oh, hello, I'm a he'd be like fucking Mickey Mouse
like
voice.
Fucking Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, that's what they all sound like. Like,
No,
oh.
it wouldn't be.
Oh
No,
my
it wouldn't be a
God.
Mickey Mouse voice. It would sound like a dude that was like halfway between what technical's doing. Like it would just be kind of like you would kind of be able to tell, but not really.
Hello, my name is Tiffany. I've been trans for at least 2 months now. I'm a new.
Okay, we need to stop.
You are now banned from
Can we
Spotify.
just skip over this entire segment?
Anime
Strong start.
podcast.
No,
Spooky putting on her try hard pants this morning.
Try hard. You know I
On
like
the
this out
cancel
like every
speed run.
single day.
any percent. Oh Lord. Every opening to our podcast is always a glorious and magnificent trash fire. I think that's why we have like the highest retention rate for like the first 10 minutes, because it's always just us fucking around.
That's great.
Gator, have you ever talked about anime on this anime podcast?
That's a good question. I'm pretty sure we had an episode about Evangelion, but I think we got into like some weird philosophical shit. in that one.
Yeah.
Well, I think what was the last one I was on? I think we talked about anime when I was on last. I think.
Yeah, was that the Anime Boomers, the movie one that lasted like 4 hours?
Yeah.
Yeah, we could fit anime at some point in those 4 hours, I
Is
guess.
Sonic
yeah.
an anime?
I mean,
Sonic,
it's had anime.
kind of, yes.
It's whenever you have, and we've learned this from AO, when you have an anime themed thing, you will run out of anime to talk about, and you will sort of go on to adjacent nerd topics.
Yeah, unless you just want to talk about
That sounds
isekai
about right.
trash every fucking month.
Yeah, that's pretty much like AO hasn't had a new anime article in a while because there's just been nothing to fucking watch. A couple new things came out now, but they're still running, so we can't do a review yet. But we've been doing reviews on like video games and random shit because like, what's there to talk about? Another fucking like Technical said, another fucking isekai trash. Oh, let me guess. He goes to another world where he's the most powerful thing ever, and there's
Hold
like
on,
five
hold on.
girls
No,
that
there's
want to fuck
other
him.
animes.
Yeah.
No, there's other animes that are far superior. It's the one where the girl bullies the guy, and he's literally me. I'm also an autistic weirdo, and I
Oh, yeah,
also
this
You're describing like 5 different shows.
Yeah, like this new genre of like virtual girlfriend shows, where like the premise and the focus of the show is on a girl and a milquetoast guy that's very easy for you to project yourself onto him, just gets pursued by this girl for whatever godforsaken reason. And it's just at that point, what kind of girl are you into? That's the show for you. Do you like them like spunky with huge tits, or do you want them to bully you, or do you want them to be shy? Whichever one's your favorite. Pick your
You know
favorite.
what? Look, women on the internet get made fun of for having daddy issues all the time, but men on the internet also have mommy issues, and that's how they project. Is they choose bully women that are not
absolutely.
real, and that's how they live out their fantasy. That's their mommy fetish right there.
Well, because anime these days, I think I talked about this last time I was on, it's been using like neets and otakus to stay alive. Because the industry's hurting, but those people will shell
And
out
they're hurting for
ungodly
squirting.
Yeah, well, they'll pump out ungodly amounts of money to something that just catches their interest. So they just make shows specifically for these kinds of people, and then because they know they'll get a return on the investment, they don't have to put much effort.
They're the big spenders. It's like when you open up a casino, you're not going for the everyday gambler, you're going for the addicts. You got to find the people that'll turn your products into Ona holes. You know what I'm saying, Ka?
Yeah.
You got to find the first guy that smells like...
Japan, This isn't even a joke. This is something that the people at the studios have said. The low birth rate in Japan is making like shows for kids less profitable. Because normally you'd get them young, and then they would be into anime, and then they watch other anime, and then you could market off that. Can't do that as much because of the low birth rate. It doesn't get you the returns it used to.
Does the government have a hand in all the fan service? You think they're like pumping out more sexual content?
I would think no, because that kind of shit.
The opposite.
Yeah, that kind of shit is like
they want people to.
What they do in Japan is they'll advertise like couples, be like, look at how happy they are. Look how happy they are with this child. That's the actual stuff the government advertises.
That's so dystopian. Look at this happy family. Look at this nuclear family. Guys, don't you want that?
Well, look at Spy X Family, which is like the newest like popular thing, right? It's, 2 assassins or whatever, and they have a little girl, and like all the memes right now about that show are about the girl, and it's like the Japanese government just being like, you want to have kids, right?
I mean, it's kind of the problem because they have so much stuff in Japan that's like, if you're lonely, it's like self-medicating your loneliness through these shows and these products and all this stuff, and that's like a problem now over there. Is that you have these people that just won't engage with each other because of it.
Dude, have you guys seen that fucking maid robot that guy's working on and programming for a cafe?
Yes. Jesus Christ, that was horrifying.
Yeah. Can you find that?
The eyes are horrific.
Can you find that, or do you need one of us to find it?
I tweeted it out. Let me go look at my timeline. Find my horrified expression.
That kind of thing makes me feel bad because I don't know. I can't turn off my writer brain. So I see something like that and like being like uncanny and weird, but then like I'm thinking like, well, it doesn't know that it's scary. It just wants to help you and be nice. And what a tragic story that is.
See, you've made it so much better just with that little blurb.
Yeah. It's like, it just wants to be helpful, and it doesn't understand that it falls in the uncanny valley, and doesn't understand that everybody runs from it. I feel like you're sad.
You're writing the sequel for Chobits right now.
Tech, your brother does he's like a popular anime TikToker, right?
Yeah, he does My Hero voices. Tomorrow I'm actually going to a convention in Vegas so he can fuck with Shigaraki's voice actor.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Probably gonna ask him about Drip or something. I don't know.
So is your brother is he more like unapologetically a weeb, and you're more like you don't really talk about it as often? Is that it? Because there's two versions of weebs. So there's like ones that are just like, yeah, I'm a fucking weeb. Yeah, I watch anime. Fuck you. And then there's those ones that are just like they don't show their power level, and they're incredibly embarrassing.
Their power level. Like growing up since I was like 12, I started learning Japanese on like my own, and then I finally started learning in school. You'll see you'll see weebs, like people, anytime you bring up like Japan, they just lose their fucking shit, or they're like, oh, I'm just learning Japanese so I don't have to watch subtitles. I don't like the stigma personally, because it's like people who disrespectfully engage in like Japanese culture and shit.
Oh yeah, here's that fucking maid.
Yeah, again, it makes me feel bad for it because it doesn't know that it's uncanny.
Are you gonna add a personality to an object? Come on,
I can't. I'm a writer. I can't
and
stop.
we mean object. I mean women. Heyo.
This is what goes through my brain.
It's so fucking scary.
This is what fucking nightmares are made of.
I don't honestly think it's that scary. But
I think she's a little cute.
Oh god, there's a second one. I
there's
didn't
two.
watch the whole video.
Oh my god, I didn't know there was two of them.
It's like, here's the thing. It's almost endearing. The problem is it's still a little too realistic in some spots. Like, if you're gonna make something with cartoon features, it has to be full cartoon. Like, that's why those anime masks are so fucking creepy.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. It reminds me of those weird BDSM like anime mask fetishes.
Yeah. Like, you gotta tweak the facial features a little bit so it's a little less realistic and it looks like you gotta make it look like a almost like a video game cutscene. You know what I mean? Where like it gets in 3D. Like,
and I know they could do it. Yeah. I know they can do it. Yeah, I've seen fucking props in real life that look like Borderlands guns.
Yeah, or just like. Or like how they make anime girl figurines, you know, forget the fucking Coomer aspect of that, and you look at like the face of it. You don't look at the face of an anime girl figurine and go, ooh, that's uncanny, because it looks like a 3D anime face. So you gotta kind of do that. You gotta get those proportions right. It's kind of like there's a science to this kind of thing. It's kind of like with the mascot costumes, like Disney perfected that, but then you look like other places that try to do like the Disney character costumes, like, oh, that's uncanny, that's terrifying, get it away.
Maybe aesthetics was like the third thing he thought about, because consider all the programming and like cameras and shit that are mounted on this thing. There's a webcam on top of this bitch's head.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I didn't even notice that. What is that, like a fucking Kinect or something?
It looks like a fucking Kinect.
Yeah, I'm guessing that's its actual eye.
Yeah.
Is that his little advertisement on the table there? I think it is.
Because there's a guy that's doing a similar robot project called Kibo-chan. And it's a lot more endearing. He's basically trying to teach a robot to be a friend. And because it's still got, even though the robot, even though it's incomplete, it doesn't look creepy because it's got that kind of cartoony face on it. And
so this is how the world ends. This dude's gonna create the death robot accidentally.
Well, here's the thing. That's what I said, and I said this about the Kibo-chan. No, we should encourage this, because these motherfuckers are trying to teach robots to like love and be friends. That's going to prevent Skynet. Right there. That's what prevents Skynet, is when the robots become self-aware and they're like, "Hello, friend, I can think now. Would you like to watch me play the xylophone again?"
Yeah, but then we're gonna have civil rights movement all over again with robots.
I'd rather have that than the Terminator.
Speaking of end of the world, Sonic.
Yeah, Sonic 2.
Before that, I have a question. Do you guys find this to be uncanny? I'm sending an image.
Yeah, just
I think this would be like the next. Yeah, that's why I put it.
Oh, Oni girls?
No, I mean like
the look in general.
Yeah,
I think that's a fucking costume. What the fuck?
Yeah, exactly. Right.
I like them because they're little. Is that a real person?
The chest looks a little off.
Yeah.
Is that a doll or a person?
I feel like that looks fine.
It's weird.
But I'd have to see the face at angles, because I feel like the face is like they took the picture of the face at an angle where it doesn't look uncanny, but if you look at it from the side, it's gonna look weird.
But this looks better compared to the made one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably because it's not as shiny, because the made one's digital.
Yeah. So I've been following an artist who like makes these costumes and stuff, and like I used to always find this shit like creepy, like, you know, nightmare fuel, but some people seem to be like making advancements or whatever with it.
Well, like the JP board, that like they're just full of this shit. Like it's like Toho simping and like this weird fetish shit. It was like nothing but that back in the day. I don't know about nowadays.
But JP, like these people that fetishize Japan. Like those people we used to back in the days when AO had our flagship podcast, The Other Side. We used to poke those people all the damn time. They were like our favorite people to just piss off.
Oh, the
because
Japanaboos?
all you had to do. Yeah, because all you had to do, we would do entire episodes just focusing on like weird stories from Japan and we would make fun of Japan. Like, I got nothing against Japan at all, but they do a lot of weird stuff and it's very easy to make fun of. And when you do, these people get very, very, very angry and protective.
Don't you know?
And
It's the Holy Land. You're
Yeah.
making fun
Your
of the
doll
Holy
is a
Land.
fuck thing to hold on to come onto. That is their culture, Cody. That hot gluing figures is their fucking culture. You
I don't
respect that shit.
I don't think these people understand. Like, Japan would find you just as weird as people do in America. Like, it's not an otaku holy land where that shit's normal. No,
My
otaku
favorite is
uh,
when they get the weebs on those like little interviews or news segments. It's fucking great.
yeah, and they have no idea that they're basically being used to be laughed at.
Well, like
Yeah.
also like the weebs that are like really really into anime that like browse 2chan and stuff like that. They don't
Wait, what the fuck is
socialize.
2chan?
Are you
That's
serious?
the that's like Japan's
4chan.
big. Yeah, well,
Really?
it's bigger. It's more mainstream than 4chan, but it's
Really?
Japan's
Yeah.
equivalent. Yeah, 4chan was based on it. It's
Yeah.
it's like it's mainstream to the point it's more akin to Reddit. But
I think I watched an internet history video about this at one point and then forgot.
Yeah, it's like more akin to Reddit in terms of like how mainstream it is, but the environment is more akin to 4chan. Like, it's just where all the repressed Japanese people come to let out their toxicity that they can't express in their day to day because of how Japanese culture is. So they just it's just what was that? What's that term on some of those like new agey camps where they would like have scream therapy and shit, or like
BetterHelp?
have like a
What the fuck?
no, it's like those
BetterHelp?
those retreats where people would go into the woods, and then like it was like usually like hippie moms and shit, and they would just get in a circle and scream, just let out their they had like a goofy
I have
term.
a big idea of what you're talking about, but I have no idea what the name is.
Yeah, there's like a goofy name for it, but it's kind of like that, where it's
Mom posting.
just get in the circle and just vent post.
I've heard
all the
people
shit
like
that
going
you-
out in the woods doing ayahuasca so they can piss and shit and vomit everywhere, and then they can get trip out in the woods for
No,
therapy.
I'm talking about those like new age, like we come for healing, and we come into
Become one with
depths of
nature.
nature's womb,
Yeah.
Nature's womb. What would be the equivalent to nature's womb? Like a fucking cave or something? Like a really moist
like
cave?
the metaphorical womb of Mother Nature, by going deep into the forest to be
Deep in
enraptured
her,
in nature's
her
beauty.
cave puss hole.
Nature's beauty and grace. Those people.
Sonic 2?
Anyway, how do you
I have
guys
not
feel
seen
about-
it. I have not seen it yet. I haven't seen it. I was told that was
how did
the
you
topic.
set up this podcast? You brought someone who's never seen the movie. You brought someone who's not even into Sonic. What was your plan here?
Okay, but I am going to see it next week because I'm going on vacation with my friend for her birthday, and we're
Oh,
going to go
you're gonna
see
get
it.
fucking
next week.
spoiled, Cody.
So we shouldn't talk about it so we don't spoil you? Or?
No, this is a fucking podcast about Sonic 2, goddammit. This
I
is
thought
what
we were talking about Sonic as a franchise in general.
Gator!
That's not what I was told.
Was it next month supposed to be like the media? Well, I thought this was days.
No, this
in
is supposed
two.
to be fucking Sonic 2.
This was like
yeah.
games and like more immediate media, and then next week was like comics and shows and spin-offs and shit.
I think Spooky and Gator are bad at communicating. And they just be,
That is very
Okay,
true.
so-
But I did let her run point on
presumptuous
this
of
one.
me to say.
But it's fine. If I don't want to spoil anything if that's an issue.
No,
Look,
Did
I
Craig
know-
just fucking
I
die
know-
right on schedule? Yep, he sure fucking
I
did.
know you have Robotnik. He gets the Master Emerald. Knuckles comes into Fuckles with Sonic.
No, Knuckles is black in
That's
it.
the movie, yeah.
You forgot the gay latte scene
Yeah,
that
yeah.
Disney had to remove for China.
Gay
No,
latte.
I'm just joking. I don't know.
Look, man. These days,
Gator, did
It's
you
hard to
even
tell.
see Sonic 2?
Huh?
I think your recording bot just left.
Your bot left, yeah.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
back.
it's-
Oh,
Gator,
now he's
did you
back.
even see the
Back.
fucking movie?
The second one? No, I did see the first one.
What
You
the
fucking-
Oh my
fuck?
god.
man? Okay, I might be a faker, but I've seen both the movies, so
God damn it, Gator.
Look, I had a
Again, I
very,
was under the
I had a
impression
very
this
little
was
amount of
not
time.
The Sonic 2 podcast. Like, that's next month.
It's one thing for Cody to be confused here, but it's your podcast.
Fuck it up.
Ah, I said no. Like I told this, I was like, yeah, let's go like do a Sonic 2 review. He's like, yeah, sure, and I'll try to fit the time in. I was like, okay. So that's what I did. I went to go see
Spoiler
Sonic
alert,
last
I
week.
didn't fit the time in.
Ugh.
Dimitri, when are
What?
you getting a chain? They got new ones.
I just can't decide. That's why I haven't got one yet.
Oh, these new
wanna
ones
get
are
them all.
150. They're full body ones. Wait, they upped the price of all of them.
Inflation, man.
Yeah.
It's hitting the Sonic bling.
Look up Sonic inflation, dude. These prices are insane. Fuck.
Okay, we can talk about that. How do you guys feel about the degeneracy in the Sonic community? Go.
Oh my god. Chris Chan is like he's the
Uncomfortable.
king of it. He's a fucking king.
Excuse me, she.
My
it is
bad.
Christine.
She's the degenerate king that
For it
fucked
and
her
scum.
mother.
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, she raped her mother. Yes.
Yeah. My bad.
I tell you, man, Chris Chan documentaries are hard to watch when they start using Chris's preferred pronouns.
Didn't Chris Chan admit that they only changed his fucking pronouns to fuck women?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
Well, no, he started saying that he was a lesbian identifying woman, and everybody kind of instantly realized. And I think also, this is my fucking psych shit.
The thing
talking,
is like Chris
but,
Chan was like
there-
cross-dressing for years.
No,
behind
but
the
even before
scenes.
that, he had always sort of deified women, I guess, because men were scary and he was a little coward.
Mm-hmm.
And so he had always seen, like, he was like, I just get along better with girls, all that shit. And then when he was dropping sex tapes that people were leaking, people noticed that he was imitating, he would, on his sex dolls, imitate women. Like, he would be on top of the sex doll like he was a woman riding a cock.
Yeah.
And people kind of assumed, like, oh, he's like so afraid of being gay, he won't even look at anything the man is doing in a porno. But it always seemed to be he just elevates in his head, women are a magical other. Like, they are gods that he aspires to be. Like, it's not a sort of it's neither gender dysphoria or autogynephilia. It really is just a weird form of women worship that you actually see a lot in, like, lonely dudes. Like, women are so far removed. They are such an other, such an unattainable thing that in these guys' minds, they will elevate them. And that's basically what happened with Chris Chan. So he basically tried to become a woman so he could ascend.
So he could ascend.
Yeah, that's basically what he's trying to do. He's
I
trying
think
to
he just descended becoming a woman.
Yeah,
am
he's
I
got
right? Am I
worse, but in
right?
his mind, he is now part of the magical class. He is part of the women. Women, they have rainbow powers and can dance on starlight. In his mind. So now he can dance on starlight because he's become a woman. That's what it was.
I think a lot of it was the when the idea guys kind of had their like control over Chris for a while after Bob died, because Bob was kind of like his wrangler. Like Bob kept him from really going into like the really weird shit. And then the idea guys came along and they really like fed into Chris's delusions and really started to get this ball rolling. I think like all of the dimensional merge stuff, all of that kind of came out of the idea guys. And I think like
how long were they around? Because I don't think they had anything to do with the Tom Girl stuff.
No, they were before that, but they had such like a lasting effect on Chris because like all of the like weird divorced from reality shit was all them. And I think it kind of got the ball roll. And then some people like kind of grabbed onto Chris as well and started to like convince Chris that, oh, well, actually, you're really a woman. And started to basically they took the same concept and just kind of ran with it. And at that point, Chris was
it's
just
really
so far
an unfortunate story. I don't.
It would be more tragic if he wasn't a piece of shit.
Yeah.
I think that's what makes it fascinating and fun. Because you have a tragic situation where you have like carte blanche to laugh at it because it's happening to a really shitty person.
Well, he's a shitty person, and like it's like his whole like I watched Gamer from Mars' video of it, like the whole psychology behind like Chris Chan. Like it's like it started literally from birth, from his family like coming like a shitty background, and then raising an entitled child because Barb Bob and Barb. That's her
yeah.
name, right?
Yeah.
They refused to acknowledge that their child was special needs in like the 1990s, early 1990s, because I guess they were so old in a different generation. When you have a special needs child, they viewed it, oh, you're just like mouth breathingly drooling retarded. Instead of like, you know,
I mean, that picture doesn't help with that perception there.
I mean, like
There's just less understanding. Yeah.
less understanding, and like they refused it, and they were like, no, our child is special in the way he's not like he's not a retard, he's special, he's just like those normal kids. And like
Gifted.
every teacher was like trying to be like, no, he needs like a learning curve that's slower than the other children because that's just how he is. And they
Which is funny, because back in the 90s, I don't think a lot of people remember.
Back in the 90s, no one was autistic except
No, man,
Back in
schools
the
were
90s,
chomping.
I was in a very famous TV show.
back in the 90s, like schools were chomping, at least like around this era, chomping at the bits to put kids in special programs, to medicate them, because they got tax breaks. So any excuse you could get, they could get. Man, like they have, like, I remember at my middle school, the special ed class had like 2 actual special needs kids in there, and was like kids that didn't do their homework, kids that got in fights were in there because they needed to meet quotas. So like if you just were bored in class and talking and acting out, they wanted to put you on Ritalin. If you were forgetting your homework a lot, they wanted to put you on special ed class. Like they were just chomping at the bits.
Well, I think Christian needed special ed stuff.
Oh, he did,
for real. No
but-
cap.
But it doesn't help that it was in an era. It's like The Boy Who Cried Wolf.
Well, I
You
think
know,
that's still kind of an issue with like autism and Adderall and shit.
Yeah, but like it wasn't Adderall. What were they putting? What were they putting all the kids
Ritalin?
on? Ritalin, yeah. And like, man, schools were trying to get kids on Ritalin like they were trying to give out fucking candy in a white van. It was nuts back then.
I think you can
Again,
track
maybe,
a
I don't know if
lot
it's
of
nationwide, but it was
problems.
around my area.
I think you can track a lot of today's problems by the just over medication of kids back in the 90s. Because a lot of parents were just like, oh, hey, I have an easy solution because my kid's acting like a jackass. I'll just pop him full of pills and sit him in front of a television. Nothing could possibly go wrong then.
Yeah.
Yeah, imagine iPad babies now that are like grown up on like Elsa and
God.
Spider-Man, like lewd porn on YouTube. Imagine how fucked they're
Fucking
gonna be,
Coco
man.
Melon and shit.
The
They're gonna be
problem is
raising us
now,
with
like a lot of
liver
these kids aren't even like computer literate now.
I
Because of the
know.
way they're raised up. They're like literally boomers when it comes to like technology too.
Yeah, like Kino was telling me a story about how he was working with Implement to do like Simpson
Mhm.
videos. And so the reason he would do it, because Implement's like one of these Zoomers that have never used like what's it called? The seeding, what's it called? The pirating. He's never pirated anything before.
Yeah.
He doesn't even know how to. And so like he bought like an old Simpsons DVD that was, you know, out of distribution, and he had Kino download it and then put it on a flash drive and then send it back to him to his house so he could upload it and edit on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's insane to me.
Yeah,
Are you
it's
a
weird because we
Zoomer
all
tech?
thought that like the coming generation would be even more computer literate because they were raised on electronics.
Yeah,
Are you,
but it's everything was directly at their fingertips. Even like I know Apple with like their phones and stuff. Like, you know how now you go in and it's like, you know, you go through this folder to this folder to this folder. Everything just dumps now on like newer
Well,
like it's not organized at all.
it's a similar concept to having like GPS and stuff and being able to find shit instantly. You don't need to record that knowledge in your head. So like geography and shit is fucked for a lot of people because they can just go look it
Yeah.
up.
Are you technically a Zoomer tech? How old are you?
I'm 24.
Oh, so you're like the
Oh, so we're
awkward age
about
of
to-
like, you're not a millennial, but you're like really, really late Zoomer, probably.
Yeah, I'm late Zoomer.
Late.
I don't
think
keep
you're
up with all these fucking age groups.
Yeah, it's. I think it's getting a little bit. There's a line where it starts to get blurred between millennial and Zoomer.
It's like definitely past, if you're born like 2000s past, you're a Zoomer. Like that's for sure, but Because
I
like
think it's
being
more. I think it's more the culture than anything. It's like at that point, if you're trying to autistically assign the exact age for boomer and the exact age for millennial, it just gets obnoxious. It's like you could kind of tell what's a zoomer, you could kind of tell what's a boomer, tell what's a
Well,
millennial.
I do
Well, I
my
mean,
voice
like-
acting.
Yeah, and
boom, boom.
I'd
It's
agree
like-
with that. Yeah.
me and Dimitri are like the same age. And think like we were like the last people like.
And what
millennials,
age
I
is
think.
that, spooky weeb trash?
I'm 27 years old.
Base.
Hello.
You're 27. You're like You're 2 years older than me. I'm 25.
I thought you were 27.
No.
Oh,
We're basically the same person.
we're basically the same age.
Yeah, we're the roundabout.
I
Yeah.
could have sworn we were the same age. What year did you graduate high school?
Like 2015.
Oh shit! God, I've been
Yeah.
lied to this whole time. I thought we were the exact same age, huh?
To be fair, you're probably thinking of something I said on social media because I always just say random shit.
Oh,
Pathological liar.
sociopath.
I love lying.
Dimitri
I love
Miller.
lying on social media. It's just funny.
You wouldn't just
me when
lie
I
on the
spread
internet now, would
misinformation on the
you?
internet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just put that aside, put that alongside the Super Chad meme man, and there you go.
No one knows what the fuck satire is on the internet. I made a joke about gamer words, and someone like quote retweeted it unironically.
I saw that. It was
What the
good
fuck?
shit.
He took it 100% seriously.
There is something beautiful and captivating about stupid people. It's like seeing a beautiful sunrise in a forest. Like, nature. Nature in all its beauty. Look at this dumbass. Like that's not something that man could craft. That could only be brought into this world through nature. Look at it.
It's like watching like a beautiful sunrise in nature, and there's a monkey throwing poo. That's what it's like.
It's like, look at that dumbass. That's it. You can't fake that kind of dumb.
Look at that fucking
Nature is a
throwing the
beautiful
poo.
and powerful thing.
I envy people who only shitpost on Twitter. I need to get to that level.
Just make a gimmick account.
It's fun.
There's no decent discourse that ever happens. You just end up complaining for interactions.
Yeah, I embrace the muck because that's my vice is fighting on the internet, like starting shit, confrontation. I'm kind of getting better. I feel like a guy. I haven't smoked in like a month, but like every so often I get the urge, you know.
I haven't
Like,
started an autistic
that was the
Twitter
AO
fight in like
Twitter.
a month.
Yeah, that
you're
was the
addicted.
AO Twitter
That's funny.
back in the day. Was just like, I'm bored at work. Let me bust out my phone here and say something I know is gonna piss off depressed anime fans, and just wait. Wait for the harvest.
Yeah.
See, I tweet base
Yeah.
posts like all the fucking time just because I get bored. I'm like, if I put this out there, somebody's gonna get mad about it and write like 12 paragraphs about it. Fuck it, let's go.
Arguing
saw
about
that.
And
anime.
to be fair, you can literally say anything on Twitter and get 12 paragraphs from someone.
I just
But-
write like I'm a junior high school girl again, saying raw and XD and pancakes and waffles, and people like freak out over it for whatever reason. You're like, that's cringe.
I still, our magnum opus back in the days of the AO Twitter was the dating thread. Because it came around twice. Like the initial posting got a bunch of reactions, and then a bunch of other people found it, and it got more reactions. But also, it pissed off Ian Miles Chong, who said it was, quote, gross. And that made
Gross.
my night.
Okay,
The-
dog killer.
Yeah, like, so I posted a thread. I was just bored. Like I said, I was bored at work. It's like, let's see. I want to make something entertaining happen. So what can I do? Because I know if I just post the right thing on the AO Twitter, then that's it. That's going to entertain me and kill some time. It's like, what do I got? Like the best thing to really piss someone off is when you say someone with a grain of truth, but you say it in a really dickish way. So like, I got it because my timeline on the AO Twitter was full because I follow a bunch of anime shit. So it was all full of like people that were depressed and lonely. You know, that old TFW no GF. Like,
But
that's
them are
it.
trannies too. The smug
no,
anime
no.
profile pics are all
No.
fucking trannies.
See, you're getting ahead of yourself. We're talking 2014, 2013.
Oh, this is before they all decided to become trannies.
Before the
This is everybody's depression posting that they don't have a girlfriend, and when they're not doing that, they're posting screen caps of whatever anime they're watching because they have no friends. So the idea is that it's like I'm watching anime with my followers or my mutuals, you know, that kind of thing. Which
That's
always
stupid.
never made sense to me because it's like, wouldn't that make like watching one episode take like 10 times longer because you have to keep stopping and taking screen caps and post the tweet? but whatever.
Or you could just, watch it with people like in real life.
Yeah,
Weird.
Or in a call.
Or in
but
a call, yeah.
I
I
guess
don't
they
have
even
time to
that.
watch anime with friends. I lead a very
I
busy
hate,
life.
I hate Friends, but more importantly, I hate anime. That's why I'm running an anime podcast. Fuck
What's
that.
the what's the opinion on Black Clover here? It's a litmus test.
Boring shit.
Never
couldn't
watched
get
it. No
into
real
it.
interest.
I have never watched. Yeah.
I've seen so many people defend this fucking mid-ass show. I've watched the entire thing.
It's
And,
so
and like,
boring.
I swear to God, some of the scenes aren't even fully fucking animated for the fights because the animation studio is so rushed. It's actually dog shit.
It's super dog
It
shit.
looks
Like I only got like glimpses of it. I watched like every episode every once in a while. And I knew exactly what was gonna happen because like my boyfriend watches shitty anime to go to sleep, and I'll like go in there and watch an episode with him every once in a while. It'll be like 10 episodes advance. Oh, I know exactly what's happening. Oh,
I'll watch shit anime, but I won't say it's not shit anime. I'll just watch it to fill time.
Yeah, like, but that's his thing. If you say it's shit, because a lot of these people use these shows as like emotional crushes. It's like, it's not just a show, it's my happy place. So you've attacked my happy place, you've attacked me.
I would put money that
like,
most of them are children who say that shit. There's no way.
It's
adults. It's people.
It's a
that,
lot
like,
of it's a lot of grown men with depression.
It's people with like it's people that never develop the personality, and their whole personality is like the shit they consume. Like it happens like in the West too, obviously.
Nah, it's more than that. It's more than that. So you're thinking like consumer, with the soy jack face. Nah. This has been going on a lot longer, and it's a lot deeper. These are people that like they're depressed. They're socially awkward. They're social outcasts. And anime provides them a magical escape world where everything is pretty. The people are pretty. There's girls to choose from. They can, put themselves in the place of these powerful people. So a lot of these people are using anime as a crutch. Like, that's not me talking shit. That's what's going on. And then because the fact that they're like a lot of social outcast types, so that's why these people will come at you hardcore with anime recommendations, right? And it's shit that clearly you're not into. Like there are people in Nick Rakita's audience that still have not forgiven me because on my first appearance of on his show, his audience was trying to get him to watch Dragon Maid, and he mentioned it, and I told him what that show was about and what was in it, and that it was trash. And he was like, "Oh, that sounds terrible." And they were so mad. They were so mad because they had been trying to groom Nick to watch Dragon Maid. Apparently,
Dragon Maid
like
is
a while.
trash, though.
It's just waifu bait, though.
I like Dragon Maid. I do. I
watched a couple episodes and I couldn't get into it.
I would say I don't disagree with what you're saying, but I don't think it's just anime. I think it's partially what Spooky's talking about. Just people consume to fill the void in their life a lot of the time.
But then, see, the thing with anime is it has this I don't want to say culture. It's this like online. It's like an anime society that they have. That like it's almost alien because of the fact that they're social outcasts. They develop like an alien form of social interaction. I think I read this in the last time I was on this podcast. That's why they're hardcore with the recommendations, because they're not trying to get you into a show they think you'll like. They're trying to get you into a show that they're super into as a form of bonding with you. They want
or like just validation too, like because
they want to become friends with you or feel like they're friends with you or feel closer to you. So it's like they make these shows part of themselves. So they try to take a piece of themselves and give it to you and make it part of you as like a weird alien bonding ritual. And that's why when they recommend shows to you, it's not a show they think you'll be into. It's not a show they think will get you into anime. It's a show they're super into because it's not about getting you into anime. It's about making a fucking friend.
I think that theory works in some cases. Yeah, I fuck with that theory. Because if you insult the show that they like, it's like you insulted a part of them or like their hobby, and they get like personally offended.
Yeah, because they're using this show as the show is like comfort food. So when you attack the show, you attack their safe place. You attack their happiness.
Yeah.
And then they get super emotional about it.
Well, it's like I would get super pissed if I got spoiled, and it's like, why am I this angry? It's because this is like the one thing that I get fucking joy out of at home. This nigga just ruined it.
Well, like it's not only that. It's also oh shit. What was I gonna say? God damn it, brain farted. It's like it's like it's their favorite thing. Well, fuck. What was I gonna say? I'm sorry, I brain farted there for a second. What was the last thing?
Well, while
Yeah.
you're brain farting, I just want to because I just want to wrap up the anecdote I was telling you earlier about the dating thread, because it does kind of go somewhere funny. So the idea with the dating thread was I just did a thread of tweets. It was like, I can't help but notice a lot of you anime fans out there are depressed and lonely, and you can't talk to a woman. Well, considering that like pretty much all of our staff are in some kind of a relationship, and a couple of them are married. Let's give you a little advice. And it was like basic socialization dating advice, but it was all done very bluntly and meanly. Because again, that's the way you really rile people up. When there's a kernel of truth, but you say it like a dick. And one of the ones that was
I need to
there,
hear.
they got the best reaction was I forget how it was worded, but it was something to the effect of like, autism is not an excuse. She's not, if you have social awkwardness, to this woman, you're a stranger, so you really need to learn some social skills so that you'll be able to carry on a comfortable conversation, so that she'll be able to connect with you, because she's not going to see that you're stuttering and you can't do all this, and she's going like, oh well, he's got this, I'll just put up with it. She's not going to see you as a romantic partner. It was that, but phrased much more aggressively, and motherfuckers blew up. Like, man, I was on my break at work. I came back my next break, and I saw the mentions, and I cackled. Like, it like shot up, and then like non-anime people, and it was all that one, because there's a thread of tweets, but it was that one. It was the autism is not an excuse that people were just obsessing over, and the melodramatic reactions were great. But the best one was Ian Miles Chong quote tweeted that one. I was like, this is just gross. And it's like, Ian Miles fucking Chong, of all people, are going to see this and say that's gross. Funniest shit in the world to me. So that got some good stuff. And then I let that simmer. We went about business. Like, it was a good night. Weeks later, all of a sudden, I go check the AO Twitter. Mentions blow up. It's like, I didn't do anything. What the fuck? I didn't even start shit. I checked the mentions. And a bunch of like the most awful people, it was all these parents of autistic kids that use that for attention, found that thread and got indignant and went on a moral crusade. And it was all like either parents of autistic children or the people that are like autism in their bio. Like, it was just using it for attention, like the most disgusting type of people. I'm not talking about like people with autism. That's what it is. But the people that are using autism for like social media head pats and shit, like the people that are like, especially the ones that are like parents of autistic children, that's all they talk about. And it's like just using their kid for clout. It was mainly that. And it was like, they found that threat. And they were going on a whole fucking thing. That, I had a field day, because fuck those people trying to use your kid and your kid's disabilities for fucking social media clout. You're a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit, and you deserve anything that I can come up with to call
Swatting.
you. Yeah, except for swatting.
Yeah, speaking of autism, though,
Got
let's bring it back to Sonic for a second.
Yeah.
So let's go over our favorite Sonic character. We'll start with Technicals, because he's got little Tails. Why do you love Tails so much, Tech?
I didn't actually like Tails until
I fucking hate Tails.
I knew that's where this was going.
Yeah. Well, until I started voicing him for the Sonic High School fanfic project me and my brother are working on. It's like an animated
Like,
reading of it.
Literally me.
Yeah.
Didn't Internet Historian do that one?
Yeah, it's like Internet Historian, but think of like an actual animation, like fluid animations.
Oh, so that'd be funny.
Yeah. So I thought that would be fun. But like my favorite is Silver. I like Silver the most.
You big Trunks fan, are you?
Trunks? Because
Yeah,
he's a time
Silver-
traveler?
No, he's literally like in the developer notes based on Trunks.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Like they flat out said, like, we wanted a cool time traveling character like Trunks from Dragon Ball.
I didn't even know that. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
He's straight up Trunks.
That's sick. I just like how he breaks the game in 06 and he keeps throwing boxes. Great.
Well, we have an 06 speedrunner here.
Do we?
Well, not since I was like 12, but yeah.
Wait, you were
Hell
12 when you did speedrunning?
Yeah.
Oh.
You know, the fact
Okay.
that you
There's not really that much of an interesting story. Yeah, I mean, there's the autism right there, I guess.
I just remember you saying that you did it. Okay. Well, what's your favorite Sonic character, Dimitri?
Mine's just Sonic, because I think he's really cool.
Wow.
Can I
Emphatic,
just say,
man.
it just makes too much sense that you started speed running and then ended up the way you did now.
Yeah, no, it's a
Well, he got better.
tragic story, really.
He got better.
It's like a pipeline. It's a direct pipeline.
See, that's why he got out of speedrunning. He got out before it took.
Who's next?
Yeah,
He saw the dress manifest. Is like something's going on here.
Before you saw the what's his face, the Narcissa riot, and you're like, oh god, that creature.
How
over
the
there, that
fuck?
fucking
How the
goblin.
fuck did she threaten to shoot up Twitch HQ and get her
Right?
fucking Twitch
Got
back?
banned and then
I got banned for fucking anime leg, and she can threaten to fucking shoot up their building, and
What
it's
the
like, oh,
fuck is
okay,
that?
you're fine.
It's because your pronouns. You got to change your pronouns. Then you'll
Okay,
get your
yeah.
Twitch back.
Yeah, the problem is it's the Twitch staff.
It's
are
being
just
held at
the most
ransom.
broken people on earth. That's why they have a fucking hot tub girl streamer problem. It literally is just they're just sad dudes. So like, oh, I'll send you a picture of my nipple. Like I'm not unbanned. Thank you, ma'am. It's like, so it's just the same thing. Like, oh, we don't want to. We wouldn't want anybody to be angry at us. That's just Twitch staff. They're just the saddest sons of bitches.
What is your favorite Sonic character, Gator?
my favorite is Espio, of course. Chameleon.
Is that a real pick, or are you just trying to be?
Is that you being a funny man right now? Or?
No, I actually do like Espio the most. He had the best skill set.
My favorite is
Wait, is
Big
that the
Cat.
actual Gator character? Wait, is that the one you're saying? The one that's the alligator?
No, that's Vector. That's Vector the
No.
crocodile.
Why is it Vector?
He's not
your
saying
favorite?
that. Yeah, that's what we're freaked out
Because
about.
Vector would be
Favorite
too
is
like fucking
Charmy Bee.
stereotypical.
But he's like a hip hop Gator, though. Come on.
I'm sorry for stereotyping you, Gator. It will
See,
happen again.
Thank you for that.
All Gators like each other. What about you, Cody? Who's your favorite?
Oh, of course, Dr. Eggman. I mean, come on.
Pretty good choice.
He's got the best theme song.
I will say.
In the old
That's
games
actually
with
true.
voice acting, he's the only one with a good voice actor. He's got all the cool rides, the sweet rides. He's got like the best fucking places, like all of his fucking fortresses are like holy shit. He had his own fucking Death Star with his face on it. Because of course he did. Giant fucking mechs that look like him. Again, best theme song. Got Jim Carrey to play him in the movie. He's got all the funny lines in Sonic Boom. He was the best character in all the American cartoons. He's the best fucking character.
You'll really like Jim Carrey in this one because he like amplifies it by like tenfold. He
It's
like gets
old Jim
really into
Carrey.
Eggman. This one.
It's old Jim Carrey.
Jim
and it's great
Carrey
to
was
have
a
him back.
great fucking pick for this role. They couldn't have picked better. When I first saw it, I was like, "What the fuck?" But then he blew it out the water. The first movie.
Mhm.
It really is just nice to have 90s Jim Carrey back, and it feels like the first time in years he's been happy. Because
Well, he's kind of a fucking piece of shit. He made a woman who's doing his makeup on The Grinch cry because he'll fucking like he's a what's it called, a method actor. I don't like him as a person.
You tend to
Face, I
forget.
hate
A lot of people
women.
tend to forget, and this is why I don't have a lot of Carrey. He spiraled into like a fucking self-destructive depression when he got some ex-girlfriend of his into drugs, and she died from it. And he
It
never
was
really got
before
over
the
that.
ex-girlfriend. No, he made a woman cry
But I'm
before.
saying like he like I think Grinch was after, but I'm not sure. But like he was really into drugs and kind of a dick for a while, and then he got this girl killed basically, and he never got over that, and that's why for years he had that like sad beard. He was doing these cringy Trump paintings and shit, and.
Well, I don't know. I think he's
love
always
that.
been a cringy theater kid that's a sociopath that treats people like shit, like the whole
He was
method
doing
actor
these
bullshit.
awful movies. Like he's just fucking sad.
He's a great Robotnik, so I'll let it slide.
Yeah. But that's the thing. Like
I'll let him beat up women and kill them. He was a good Robotnik.
Yeah.
Robotnik seems like the first time he's been like you see him in interviews, right? He's the sad beard's gone. He's talking about this role like he had a lot of fun. There's not like would you go with the sequel? Like, I'd absolutely do the sequel again. Like he's happy again. Good for him.
Can we recognize how Eggman or Robotnik is usually like really fat, and Sega's gotten away with changing that entirely, and no one complained? That's horrible.
My thing is, I kind of since the first movie, I've been hoping they're slowly gonna like force Eggmanize him as time goes on.
They're gonna force
I mean,
feed
that's
Jim
kind
Carrey.
That's kind of what happened in the second movie.
They have fucking big avocado on.
It's like that bimbofication meme, but it's like the first movie Jim Carrey sees a Chaos Emerald on the ground, picks it up, gets fatter.
Yeah, I just want him to keep getting crazier and more Eggman looking.
That'd be really funny.
I'll say my favorite Sonic character. My favorite Sonic character is Knuckles, because I like himbo characters. I like the really fucking confident and stupid characters.
Are you telling me you want to have sex with Knuckles? Is that what
Yeah, that's part of the himbo thing, right?
Yeah.
Oh God. I wish they
like
went further into the backstory. Like with Knuckles and Tails, because with Tails it's like, oh, he came from his home planet. You don't even get to see anything about his home planet. You just see his fucking room.
Hey, you gotta watch the TV show now.
Oh yeah, they're making a TV show based on the movie, right?
Oh yeah, they announced.
It's like a Knuckles show or something.
That
Can't wait to see the city.
You put all the world building lore and all that nerdy shit into a TV show because it can fit there instead of cramming it all into a movie where people just want to like let's go on the ride. Let's hit.
I need the Tails prequel. God,
Tails is very cute in this second movie though. I liked. I thought it was really mean that that was the only like video game voice actor they brought out. I wonder about the other.
Colleen.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm really glad she got the voice Tails.
Yeah, she was really excited about it all over Twitter. I followed her.
Yeah.
Mostly so I could steal her voice.
Do your best Tails.
I mean, you sounded like. Actually, yeah, I want to hear that.
Wow, Sonic! We gotta stop Eggman.
It's not bad.
That's pretty good.
It's there.
But
it's not bad.
there.
I would need more time. I'd need more time.
Yeah.
Say, wow, Sonic. Put a finger up my butt.
Wow, Sonic! Can you put your finger right up there?
Why did you need him
Way
to say that?
up there, Sonic.
Whoa, that's no good. I love meme Sonic voices.
Yeah.
The chili dog though, that was very essential. That they brought that back.
Oh yeah, they had it in the first scene as well on the rooftop.
Yeah, but they brought it. It references like my favorite game, which is Black Knight.
I didn't play that one.
So
I was
a very happy boy. It's not a very good to play game, but I like the story. It's fun.
I never had to play Sonic in the Black Knight.
It's fine.
I never had to play Sonic in the Black Knight because I just watched Aaron Hanson try desperately to get through that game and slowly lose his mind.
Well, that's him trying to get through any game because he's fucking. Yeah, he has a learning disability. I'm not joking.
Well, he either is like a learning disability or he just plays it up for the camera, and I think it's a latter. I think
he has a legitimate learning disability.
Yes,
he's got a disability.
Well, he's definitely going to have a disability after the creator clash.
Didn't you have like a fucking like essay dissertation on Aaron or something?
I'm gonna be working on that again soon because I didn't like.
Oh my god!
Well, like I was working on Zoe Quinn. I was like figuring out like how I wanted.
This is like a 10-year project for you. It's insane.
I want it to be good. Because I want this to be like the epitome of like anyone who's curious about why people hate Aaron Hanson. Like this
the Aaron Hanson kill shot.
Yeah.
By
yeah.
Content cop Aaron Hanson.
Yeah, I want to figuratively peg him in his fucking mouth hole and make him fucking sip really hard and sit in the corner and think about what the fuck he's done to people. Because I don't know, it's like this weird like I guess you could call it like a parasocial relationship. Because I've seen him grow up. I've seen him grow up on Newgrounds with all of his friends, like Rubber Ross, Oni Plays, a bunch of other people. Like you name it, in JonTron. And I feel like that besides Rubber Ross, like the way he's treated people, like it pissed me off. Like it's literally like it's seeing someone just like you used to watch their stuff all the time, used to get excited, and now it just turned him to a fucking monster. And so that's my dissertation about him. But I wasn't happy with the first.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
No, I agree with what you're saying though.
Psychological fucking speech about fucking weebs like the third time on this fucking podcast. Let me talk about Aaron.
My appearances are very spread out. People, I have to remind people.
haven't talked about Aaron that much on this podcast.
Is it just me and Dimitri that have studied Japanese, or have you guys studied Japanese?
I do.
I've
studied
thought about
Japanese?
it just because so much shit that I like, so much entertainment in my life is from Japan. I feel like I owe it to them.
Well,
You
like,
owe it to him.
Right.
It makes-
See, I feel that to some degree. For me, it's I like when I interact with the like mediums, whether it's anime or whatever.
Yeah,
I want to get the more core like understanding. Well, that too, but I want like the core understanding from the author. I want to actually
Sometimes-
truly understand the work,
Sometimes
whether
you can
instead of
pick up-
through someone else's lens.
Yeah, because localization fucks it. I've noticed, like even with titles of stuff, like that one show that was on Netflix, that was Old Enough, the kids show where the kids are going out and doing tasks in like their first their first like chore. It's not even called Old Enough. It's called like Hajimete no Okai. It's like my first errand, and I'm like, why the fuck is it called Old Enough? And then that's where the localization comes in.
Well, like it also like it
Sometimes it's not even shitty. It's stuff like that where it's just like just a dumb choice that might have not been malicious, but it just feels like you're missing out on something.
Well, that's what me and Gator were talking about on Twitter. Like I think just yesterday. Like there was a time when localization was a beautiful thing. That like they would get a title and it's like, what is this about? How can we make that better? Not better in the writer's eyes. Like we talk about because they just put out a whole re-release of Cyber City 080-808, which has one of the greatest localizations of all time. If anyone has seen it, it's a beautiful show. It's the animation's gorgeous. It's a 3-episode OVA. It's like a cyberpunk, gritty cyberpunk future in a scenario where like 3 convicts are let out as part of a program where they take convicts and make them like agents of the police, and they have bomb collars. So the idea is you solve a crime, you catch a criminal, you get some time off your sentence. But if you step out of line before then, we set off the collar. So each of the episodes focuses on one of the 3 guys. And what they did in localization is they took the dub script and they went full HBO on it. Like just everybody's cussing, everybody's an asshole. They just cranked it up because it's a gritty cyberpunk show about convicts. So of course they're going to talk like a bunch of assholes. Then for the European release, they redid the whole soundtrack. Because if you love the soundtrack to the original, it's got like a J-pop opener and ender, and it's got some synth music. It's just kind of there. But then like it goes to Europe, and like this I think he's like a British producer. He's like, hey, wait a minute. This is like a gritty cyberpunk show. The soundtrack, it's not really, we're trying to sell this show to get more people to like it. They're going to hear this like Japanese pop song at the beginning. They're not going to get that that's the kind of show that this is. So let me re-record all the music and made this amazing fucking soundtrack that fits so much better than the original Japanese. And that's what localization should be. It's just a bunch of people going, I see what you've given me. How can I bring that out more? Like, oh, this is
or at least bring the same. If you can't bring out more, bring
I
the same
disagree. Yeah. I think it should be as close to the original vision as possible because it's not.
That is the original vision. It's a gritty cyberpunk about these grizzled convicts. They're not really ex-convicts because they still got the bomb collar. Like there's these convicts that are like doing dirty police work. So it should be like, that's the mood. So let's take that mood and apply that to our localization. And then a bunch of other people are like, well, okay, I see the mood, but let's bring that out more because people aren't really going to get the idea.
I do get a little triggered when the meaning isn't accurate, though.
What do you mean, like the meaning isn't accurate?
Yeah. Like if what's being said in the original isn't being conveyed, and it's just like the vibe. Like if the vibe is the same, then cool. But like it should convey the same message.
Yeah, that's. I mean, that's obvious, and that's kind of what they're doing here, and that's kind of what I'm pointing at. Like, it's possible to change things around and make it even better, and it's happened quite a bit.
I think a lot of the problem.
When you do that, you're doing that in service of what the end goal of the product is. Like again, with Cyber City, this is what it's about. So how do we bring that out more? Like this is what it's going for. So how do we achieve that more than already they have? Another great example is Final Fantasy VI. Everybody loves Kefka, but they wouldn't if it would adhere to the original Japanese script because Japan didn't like him too much because he was just kind of a man-child. It was the English script that added like the dark edge to him that made him more like the Joker. They added that sort of dark humor to a lot of his lines, like when he's making fun of people as he burned them alive. That was added in the English script. And that went over so well that now retroactively, when Kefka appears in other Final Fantasy stuff, even in the Japanese version, it's based on that English version because that was better. So you do have times where it's just like, I see what you did there. Let me see how I can make it better. Not what they do now, where it's like, let me see how I can make it fit my worldview better. But like, I care about this thing. I want to improve the thing, not for my ego, for the sake of the thing. That's how localization used to be.
I think a lot of the problem.
I definitely think that's better, but I still just inherently agree because what's better to someone is completely objective. And I mean, I always think of like MGS1, how everyone always used to say, oh, it's such a good localization, this and that. And I know a lot of localizers suck off that guy now a lot now and call him like the localizer who won't be forgotten or some shit. But like, there's a lot of changes I really dislike from MGS1 from what I know. Like just like lines, like I mean, it kind of goes with like text saying when the exact meaning's missing. I think there's something with Psycho Mantis. I forget what they say in English, but in the Japanese version, he's talking about a nostalgic feeling he's gotten from the event, and it's referencing something from earlier that you know. So he's connecting it to his mother, but that doesn't come through in this script at all. But when the localizer wrote it, he thought he was making it better, but he didn't. So I understand what you're saying, and I agree that like that's a better mindset of them just trying to improve it. But I just inherently disagree in that, like, because better can be subjective.
The path to hell is paved with good intentions.
What's like all the dated references that keep getting localized in anime now, like sus and them using hashtags and saying shit like girl boss.
There's one that I can't remember what it is, but it's like the girl says no cap, and it's so fucking awkward. I want to find it.
It does make sense if you're writing teenagers.
No, the worst one was like, was it Prison School where they brought up like gamer stuff?
Yeah.
That was the fucking worst.
Like, but there were a couple examples people were complaining about, but it was like, yeah, but this was like girls in high school, and they were supposed to be like the oh my god types. So that's how the oh my god types would talk, at least when the dub came out. So that I can't get mad at that. You know, it's that's like fair. You know, the '90s dub. This all the girls at school. Oh my god, like Valley Girl talk, like
Love is Space Princess. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Also, like when you look up Japanese and all, like different languages have different rhythm of speakings, right? So like it's like Japanese has its own rhythm to it, and when you're like a Japanese voice actor, obviously you're like it's like you have the rhythm of Japanese, but also your acting is over exaggerated because it's a cartoon. So it's like it's weird, like when it's you have these English voice actors trying to sound like Japanese voice actors, you know, not putting like the exact rhythm of Japanese, but also like acting like extreme in their own language. So it comes off as extremely awkward, and it's just like that's another cringy aspect of it. So they're trying to sound like Japanese people that are like putting on like, you know, extra performances because they're playing as cartoon.
I don't know how to fucking put it, but I've heard good
and
dubs.
I eat it.
I've heard good dubs before, like
Cowboy
Death Note
Bebop,
is a
for
dub
example. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, there's good.
There's still good dubs. It's just it's not like it was in the late 2010s where you didn't need to watch subtitles. Like the dub was guaranteed to at least be good.
Mm-hmm.
Or you watched
no need. That's why the sub only people were so annoying back then, because it was just like weird hangups with them.
We watched I watched Kormati High School recently when I was on vacation, and like even that, like it's ridiculous, but like the Kormati High School like dub was like fucking fantastic. It made us like giggle the whole time. Like,
it was a magical time. The reason that era ended is because everybody that made those dubs good went on to do video games because it pays more.
That's what pisses me off. The talent pool is so small now. Well, part of the fun when watching anime for me is I'll be like, oh shit, that's the voice actor from, and then I'll try to pinpoint it and then fucking look it up if I can't like spot it. But that's part of whenever I'm watching like a Funimation or it's like dub, I'm like, oh, this nigga is Piccolo, Vegeta, fucking 5 other people.
He's half the cast.
Yeah, he's half the cast.
I think that's a good point in general when it comes to localization. It's like the people who truly care about authentic products go to work on things that are just more valuable, whether they pay more or like legal stuff, obviously, that always, you know, pays high money, and it's just way more important objectively, I guess, than entertainment.
Yeah.
So it's just like localization ends up getting like the scraps.
Yep. And it like, didn't used to be that way. And
Yeah.
thank God, though, the best shows are also the ones that came out around that time. So that's when Bebop got dubbed. That's when Outlaw Star got dubbed. That's when like the Cromartie got dubbed. That's when Funimation was a good company and was cranking out like they had the shallow pool problem because it was more of an insular thing, but they made up for it back then. I'm talking about old Funimation. Like they made up for it because they like tried to make these shows not feel like an anime dub. They tried to make it like a real show. And you could feel just that extra level of effort. The problem is, I said this before, when they got to number one and they realized it and then they stopped trying and they got an ego, that's when that company fucking collapsed in on itself. But for a while, it was you had them, you had ADV, Pioneer.
Aren't they merged with Crunchyroll?
Yeah, and then now Funimation's dead.
Yeah, Funimation is technically dead. Yeah,
great. It's all just Crunchyroll now.
We're hoping that like because
which
of
is
that,
so much better.
maybe there won't be like such. Maybe Vic Mignogna will have like his like return because it won't be like it won't be the shitheads in charge like of Funimation.
Still got a massive stain on his.
Well, here's the thing: they're all owned by Sony now. Is that correct? Like, because
Sony is the parent company of everything.
Yes.
Well,
so I would not expect much.
Here's what makes that confusing, right? Because I mean, everybody kind of knows the Vic thing was bullshit, especially now.
Yeah.
But the thing is, so you have with like Dragon Ball, for instance, that's the thing that everybody wants Vic to come back because of Broly. Toei, the people that make Dragon Ball, have like an American branch. They don't, and their American branch is all about like licensing out to people and giving people permissions and all that shit. And the people that work there really like Vic. They are the reason Vic came back for the Broly movie because they wanted to recast him because Funimation's a bunch of pieces of shit and they don't like the fact that Vic is Christian and votes for Trump. So they wanted him gone. And Toei's like, no, you got to bring him back for Broly. He's got to be Broly. Like I think it was like Toei's, I don't know what the official title is, but the person that Funimation talks to from Toei. And that's, as far as I know, hasn't changed. So with Funimation dissolving, with a lot of the with them sort of like, I guess you could say Funimation, the studio, has a sort of red fucking sniper tracer on their forehead right now because of all the controversies and like anybody's expendable. Even old Chris Sabat, I believe, has lost a lot of his nasty little influence that he had. So the question is now, does that open the door? Because Broly is apparently going to be in the next Dragon Ball Super movie. Yeah. And does that open the door for him to come back? Because it's not going to be Funimation. It's not going to be a lot of the same people. He's still got the connection within Toei. And he'll do it. Because folks might not know, I did an interview with him not too long ago for AO. And I asked him, like, would you, like, after how you were treated, would you still go back to anime? He said in a heartbeat. And so he would do it. So the question is now, with everything changing over there, how much has changed? Has enough changed to where he could be Broly again? Even if he's not in a bunch of other stuff, could he reprise the role of Broly? That's the question. But even if he doesn't, Johnny Young Bosch is his successor, and he was chosen by Vic. Like, Vic was like, that's the guy. If I'm going to not be Broly, that's the guy who should replace me. And that's a lot of the reason that Bosch got that gig, because Bosch is in a Funimation. He's not in that Funimation clique. But he got the gig because, like I said, he's Vic's in good with Toei people, and Vic's like, I want this guy to be my successor. Toei's like, I trust you, Vic. They go to Funimation, and as far as I know, there might be some extra little details I'm missing, but the gist of it is like Funimation. They're like, hey, Funimation, he's going to play Broly, so that's why he's Broly in Dragon Ball FighterZ. And Bosch is good, and Bosch is also a good guy, which is apparently rare in voice actors.
Yeah.
But so even if it's not Vic, it's a decent second choice. But I think we're going to really learn how dead the elements of Funimation are when the new Dragon Ball Super movie drops and we hear who plays Broly. Because if it's Vic's back, I think we can put the grave marker on Funimation if Vic voices Broly again.
Well, they used to what they used to do is because I mean they have My Hero, right? So if like they're trying to push My Hero because it's like really popular, the new season's out, Funimation people could be like, don't have that son of a bitch Vic Mignogna in that convention, or else we will not promote our product, which is worth billions of dollars, which is My Hero.
Well, then they're in a breach of contract, and Toei can just take the light, because you figure that's what happened with One Piece. If you remember, 4Kids is what they did with One Piece was so bad that the license got revoked. That's how Funimation picked it up.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, when it comes to like local cons, though, like when they lowbally local cons for like their guests, like this is what big corporation does. Like, even though Funimation is no longer a big corporation, like they used to, like the people who run it would like bully the shit out of like the local cons that would host several guests, and like, we're not gonna host My Hero or help you guys get advertisement for your con if you have this guest on there.
Yeah,
like
but that doesn't work as much anymore.
I mean, I was also saying, like, this is like with the new like wave of like contracts out, is it they're gonna have that much control over?
I don't think so, because at the end of the day, like, they're beholden to the studio in Japan to get a return on their investment, so they can keep that license, so they can keep that money coming in. If Funimation decided to shoot themselves in the foot to spite somebody with My Hero, like, Toei would just pull the license.
It's
like,
so interesting.
You're not making us money. That's what they did with One Piece, with 4Kids, because like Toei looked like this is like tailor made for Western audiences. So much of this is what Western audiences like. This should be the next big thing. Why is it not the next big thing? They took a look at why and like what 4Kids had done with the show, and they're like, oh my god, you don't get the license anymore, and they put it back up for sale, and Funimation bought it.
What do you think? Here, let's go something completely different. What do you think? Like, speaking of like general audiences, what do you think? Demon Slayer has like been like one of the most successful animes in the past 10 years, like almost ever. Why do you think everybody watches Demon Slayer? Like older people, younger people?
Is this a new topic of conversation?
Yeah, no, this is why I'm curious, because I thought about this.
Because like that's weird. We were supposed to be talking about Sonic, and you had like Demon questions on the radio.
Well, you know what? It's my.
I think what's really funny is they finally have an anime episode, and it's the fucking one they advertise as Sonic.
See, that's the trick. We advertise something that's not anime. We talk about anime.
Yeah.
If we advertise anime, we'll talk about literally anything else. We'll talk about fucking space.
Well, we were going to talk about a Sonic movie, but some of us haven't seen it yet. But anyway, but no, seriously, what do you think?
Figure that out before you.
What do you think?
Supposed to be next month's episode.
No. Okay, so me and Gator, because we talked about this, I have the fucking DMs to prove it. I was like, look, Gator, let's have Sonic next week because it's a new movie. He's like, okay, I'll watch it next week. So I was like, okay, and then I watched it like the past Saturday. I was like, okay, we're gonna make this about the Sonic movie. He's like, okay. And then he told Cody about it, and I guess he didn't specify with Cody, like, this is Sonic movie.
He didn't even tell me Technicals was on. He just said it was, you want to be on with Dimitri, talk about Sonic, and we'll talk about all kinds of stuff. Like
okay, no, I think I said Technicals was going to be
I only heard about Tech.
No. You didn't mention Tech until I said, hey, I got a friend from AO who will likely be on next month's when we do the follow-up to Sonic. I got a friend from AO. He's a funny guy, and he's really into Sonic, so he'd be perfect.
Yeah, here it is. I said we got a Sonic episode of Anime Boomers, book with Technicals and Dimitri Monroe for Friday. I was hoping you could
Dimitri
join.
was a surprise for me, but I like Dimitri.
Then after I said let me have a friend on, then you said okay, it'll be you, him, Tech, and Dimitri. I was like, Tech, wait, what?
Yeah, I'm running a story on all of you. You're all like pedophiles or something. I'll figure it out later.
Hey, John Swan.
I'll iron out the details later.
Everybody's a pedophile on the internet, apparently.
You like anime a little too much.
But no, like seriously, why do you guys think that Demon Slayer has been like?
Like, how does it bridge the gap?
Yeah, why is it so like eclectic? Why is like basically everyone watches Demon Slayer?
Well, the animation is a fucking 10. That's already like a good base to springboard off of. I'm assuming they had great backing to begin with for like branding, marketing, and all that shit, just like My Hero. And then because it did well, it just kind of astronomically grew.
Is it like the story?
I mean, it's also in the.
I haven't seen it, so I don't know enough about it to be able to dissect that.
Yeah, I also haven't really watched it.
What the
I mean, I go
fuck?
with Tech because I've seen a lot of I've seen a lot of clips.
All I know
is it's also in Shonen.
It's got the girl with the bamboo in her mouth, and the guy's got the Gorbachev head blot, and I think the bad guy looks like Michael Jackson.
I love Inosuke. Okay. He's my favorite. Like, he's basically the whole reason I fucking watch it. When he did the whole, look what I can do. And he does like a flipping shit. And he's like giggling while fucking steam's coming out of his bore mouth. He's great. He's my favorite.
Well,
Yeah,
some of the movies, I don't think it's just shonen, but like the only like romance shit that you actually see do well though is like the movies like Your Name and shit. It's not like a
Sure.
series. I don't think I've ever seen a series blow up like the shonens. My Hero had an alternating movie and then another season and then a movie, and I think that's how they keep the hype rolling.
Well, it's also like, I mean, I feel like the My Hero one, like the stories are like not canon. Well, the movie stories are not canon with the anime, so you don't need to watch it,
It's
right?
like all Dragon
Technically,
Ball.
one season led into a movie where they basically just reference, oh yeah, we're gonna go on vacation to this island, and then they never talk about it in the anime again. But then the movie takes place on that island, with All Might and his fucking sidekick, his old sidekick.
Well, it's also with the Demon Slayer, they made the movie is pretty much essential to watch. I think they split it up in like 5 or so episodes before the second season. But like it's like you had to watch the movie so you could watch the second season. I think that's
I like that actually. Yeah, I like that.
UFO
more.
Table did. They took this from when they were doing the Fate series because to get enough money to ensure that they would have future seasons, they decided to take this the Infinity Train, the Mugen Train arc, and turn it into a movie. That way, they would be able to have a high enough budget to do all of that in a longer time frame, and at the same time, it would secure funding for a third season. Because they're all about like special effects, and they go really, really crazy. Like you saw how like absolutely beautiful that movie was. Like they go hard, and it just it works.
The entire theater was just fucking silent during the most dramatic scene. I don't want to spoil anything since these motherfuckers haven't watched it. But yeah, I really fuck with Demon Slayer. You should watch it.
Anime.
What's everyone's favorite anime here? I'll start. Mine's Hunter x Hunter. Steins Gate. That's not bad.
Mine's the one where it's like this little. It's a 2-episode anime where it's about a girl being a cockroach, and every other cockroach looks like a normal cockroach, except she's got like an anime girl
cute
face.
Anime girl head. That reminds me of that one spider anime that just came out. So what if I'm a spider? I think that's what it's called.
Yes, I'm a spider. So what?
Yeah. It was mid, but I watched the whole thing.
Where like I get sent to another world, but I'm a small thing. I'm a non-human.
The slime
object.
one. Yeah.
There's a slime one. There's one of the.
Okay, don't talk shit about slime. Slime is good. I like slime.
It was good, but then it fell off. I felt like it fell off.
I will talk so much shit about slime because it's so much of it is just. It's a funny concept, but they don't do anything with it because they still got to make the main character overpowered. And there was a lot of shit that just felt like it was just cribbing from Overlord.
Oh yeah, there's supposed to be a new season of Overlord soon.
Oh hell yeah.
No, but my serious answer though is Samurai Champloo. That was my favorite.
That's a good one. Nujabi's is fucking legendary.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it's like it's so interesting how the anime influenced like modern day hip hop, like globally.
Well, more so it was I mean, I guess you could say it was Champloo, but Nujabes' album Metaphorical Music is usually considered like one of the seminal hip hop albums. And that came out before Champloo did. In fact, Champloo's ending theme, it's my music nerd is showing, but Champloo's ending theme is a track from Metaphorical Music with singing added onto it. Like,
well, yeah, but no, it advertised his album though. Like to say that Champloo didn't have influence.
Yeah,
like,
just the influence
spreading the lo-fi hip hop. I feel like is dishonest because it's like you type in like lo-fi hip hop, like one of the first things that pops up Samurai Champloo soundtrack. So
well, it was already there before Champloo.
Yeah, technically, but I'm saying it advertised it even more. Like more people were exposed to it through Champloo.
Maybe some, but I think
you could make the argument that it popularized it. I think is what she's trying to do.
Yeah, I think it was already so like when lo-fi hip hop really spread was like long after Champloo had already been a thing. Like it was kind of out of people's consciousness by that point.
I disagree. I think that with the internet made it like more relevant again, but it's like again like that. It's like people went back to Champloo and they were like, "Oh shit, Champloo is actually a really amazing soundtrack. Let me listen to it again," and then it made it more popular.
Dimitri, what's your favorite?
I switch on and off between Mob Psycho and ReZero a lot, but it's probably either one of those.
I figured you would say DBZ.
Fuck, I love this.
Really? I thought you would say Konosuba.
Yeah, DBZ or Konosuba.
I mean, I love Konosuba, but it's like, I don't know. I mean, the thing is, like, Konosuba is a comedy. It's fun. It's like a feel-good show. But like something like Mob Psycho actually like connects with me more, or Zero as well.
You say he's literally you? You like you
That's
point? And you're like
literally
he's literally me?
Dimitri.
Kazuma, yeah.
Me all got some trash taste. I'm just saying.
We're gonna call ourselves the Trash Taste Podcast. Oh wait,
that's
I
already
do like
taken.
Breeze.
Always, yeah.
Oh,
I don't know.
wait.
Hunter x Hunter is too legendary for me to give up the spot.
I can't with Hunter. But like,
You can't.
I can't, man. No.
Mhm.
It's
I will never give up
What
Steins Gate.
did you say your favorite was, Cody?
Cowboy Bebop.
Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah.
I actually just watched Cowboy Bebop recently, so I could
I haven't
properly be
seen it.
mad at Netflix.
Wait, you've never seen Cowboy Bebop?
No, I haven't. It's
How does that work?
I have to watch
feel like-
that and Evangelion.
We're fucking no, Cody. We're fucking old. Don't you understand the shit we used to watch on TV? People don't watch.
But like Bebop, it always feels like
You're only
that's
3 years older than me.
Wait, how old are you?
I'm 24.
Oh, yeah, we're fucking old, Cody. Don't you know?
old.
As far as the internet goes.
We're all in this weird Zoomer time now. We're like, you're just not a child anymore. Like, there's no adulthood anymore. It's just kid, old.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
Like everybody's like, oh my god, I
very
feel so
mature
old
for your
because
age, Cody. I'll have you know.
I feel so old because
You're very special. Don't
when
let
I think
listen
of-
to the other kids.
when I think of what was 20 years ago, I think of the SNES, but it was the PS2. Like, yeah, it was, of course
You're
that
not,
was
you're not
20 years
picking
ago.
up my subtle grooming of you. Is what
I remember being in high school when the PS2 was like, yeah, that probably was a long time ago. Like, oh my god, thing I remember is a long time ago now. I'm old.
Oh my
It's called
god.
time. Calm down. But
yeah,
like,
you're old. You just described being old, Cody. Cope.
Now I just thought about it, and I'm
fruit.
like, yeah, I remember when the PS2 came out, and I'm sitting there, I'm just like, oh god.
it's like, yeah, time goes forward. Things that happened yesterday are several yesterdays away now. That's how time works. You
I
feel
think I
old.
should not
You
do
could say
that.
you feel old when, like, man, I used to be able to run really far. Now I can't.
I've never
I've
been
actually
able to
been
run
running
really
more.
far.
dude, I went to Dave and Buster's the other night, and I'm fucking sore from that because I don't fucking do anything.
It's just
They have a pitch. In my defense, they have a new pitching game, and I was pitching 56 miles per hour. All right, so
Oh, look at you.
He was going try hard at Dave and
Not
Buster's.
70s. Oh,
I was going.
Beta?
I
Soy
didn't
boy?
get 70. No, I didn't get 70.
Soy cuck?
I throw out my fucking shoulder for a Dave and Buster's arcade game.
I think half the people. I think most of the people in the podcast need to start lifting weights and working out.
Facts. I gotta get ready to box, John.
I
yeah, that's
genuinely,
I watched their video the other day.
I would pay money to see that.
he's not going to do it, and that pisses me off because
I
like
gotta get in shape.
Yeah, because he's a little fucking baby.
you should man up and do it.
It would be great for both of us. I mean, Keem offered to set up the whole thing.
It'd be,
Well, especially
it would-
because like the new details just came out that he like edited like that whole fucking document.
Oh yeah, he's just a pathological liar, and he had the audacity to like fucking test my credibility. Like, fuck you, dude.
two things. One, what I was about to say was if he went through with this, it would help his reputation because it would show that he can at least man up and face shit. And even if he lost, he would still win in the end, and people would like their opinion of him would improve at least a little bit.
Yeah.
And B, you could kind of tell he's a pathological liar because of his constant facial expressions. Like he always has this permanent expression of like, I'm trying to smile, but I'm terrified.
You can tell he's a pathological liar because he's a Kiwi and his accent. He's like,
Okay, guys, it's me, Johnny Swan, here to call you guys a bunch of pedophiles.
anyway. But
He just always look at any time, like, check, goes back through your videos, look at the time you clipped him. He always has this look in his face, like there's someone off camera, but he's trying to, like, that's like, he's afraid of, like they're brandishing a weapon, but he's really trying to keep whatever stream he's doing, like, not aware of it. Like, no, everything's fine, guys. Everything's fine. We're good.
Like
We're good.
like when he was doing his stream and he lied about like Merriam-Webster. I was talking about definitions, the most popular definition, and how he cherry picked from Oxford. And he was like, "Well, Oxford's the most popular," and he looks up most popular. It's Merriam-Webster. He's like, "Oh well, doesn't change anything. I'm still correct. Maybe I was wrong."
Guy's
But
weird. He just doesn't like being wrong, and he calls everyone a pedophile. It's like a, you know.
I mean, that's like literally every commentary channel.
I think with like the worst part. Look, here's the thing. The worst part of commentary.
You're one of the good ones, Tech.
Is yeah, you're our commentary channel.
I feel like pedophile is to the commentary channel what Nazi is to like leftists.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fucking annoying.
You see, these people would be way more entertaining if they just accept the fact that boxing would be the funniest option. Like if they seriously, like boxing would be funny and to be like actually
We're
entertaining.
both entertainers. Why doesn't he want to do it? That's what I don't get.
No, he's not an entertainer. He's an important man with important missions. He's making differences, Tech.
Like
What difference have you made?
I don't think he's ever stepped out of his house to make a video. That's what separates me from a lot of these guys. Like, get out of your fucking house and do some work.
No, didn't you see that video he made on his phone? He touched grass.
Oh yeah, he recorded himself outside his house for 30 seconds.
Touching grass. Yeah.
He
Okay, now
hissed
this
at the
is the
sun
Fuck
and then
John Swan
quickly returned back
podcast. We
to
need to
his
get this
room.
back on anime.
Anyway,
Talk about John
okay,
Furry.
look, we'll make this Sonic again.
Back on.
So okay, what is wait, hold on, Gator, isn't there like questions we also have? Like you tweeted out?
Yeah, we do. I also have this great clip that I think Cody will appreciate. This is a YouTube.
Oh, I
poop.
think I've seen this. I think this is amazing. Let me. This is...
Hold on, let me unmute it.
Yeah,
I get it. You're from this, you idiot.
I love that fucking clip.
It's great. My man coming in May. I'm psyched.
Yeah, pull up the questions on Twitter, and then what we'll do is
Okay, I got a question. Best Robotnik / Eggman voice actor. Go.
I don't know the fucking names of the voice actors.
Okay,
Jim Cummings
where
was
you from?
Jim Cummings was the one for that one, right?
No, that was a Long John Baldry.
Oh, it was Long John. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
my question
Jim Cummings
is,
Jim Cummings was the Saturday morning cartoon, like the really
that's
evil
right.
Robotnik.
But my question is, okay, so your favorite Sonic games and the worst, favorite Sonic game and worst Sonic game. There, how about that?
Sonic Adventure 2 still has a special place in my heart. I know it's technically got problems. I don't care. I had a ton of fun. You get to play as Robotnik, and the soundtrack slaps. So
What was
that's
that?
all I need. Sonic Adventure 2.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, I know we might have some problems here and there, and some YouTubers told me it's bad, but they're dumb and gay, so I don't care what they
What's
think.
the worst Sonic game then, in your opinion?
Well, I mean, I feel like in order for that question to be interesting, we have to exclude 06, because that's just, it's the obvious answer.
I don't
think so.
Anywhere
Like,
near the worst. Yeah.
So my favorite Sonic game. I like the one with the edgy hedgehog where he shoots gun. I like that one a lot.
You mean Shadow the Hedgehog?
Yeah.
Do you actually legitimately like Shadow the Hedgehog? Like,
No,
it's like not a meme answer.
I think he's funny.
He's sexy and cool.
That's fair. That's fair.
I like
it's
the
a bad boy.
I like the forced cussing in Shadow the Hedgehog, still done by the 4 kids actors. So you have like, where's that damn 4th Chaos Emerald? Like they emphasize the cussing like it's a little kid that just started cussing because it's a stall movie.
Yeah, it's funny.
Shadow's so cool. I can't say that. I can't say that at my house.
Yeah.
I don't care. All I care about is chaos. Emeralds.
So Sonic 06 is like it's a really gimmicky game where it's a lot of it's broken and a lot of it's like, but you can still play it. Like it's still a playable
Broken's
game.
part of the fun.
But like the game that I had the most frustration with, where I could not play it, was Sonic and the Rings game. What was it on the Wii?
Secret Rings.
The 7 Rings.
Holy shit!
It's so bad.
I like that one.
Let me explain why I couldn't fucking play it.
I've only played 2, 06 and 7 Rings.
Okay, so let me tell you why I couldn't fucking play that game. It's because it's so like you played it. I played it on the Wii. I don't know if it's on any other console, but I played it on the Wii. And you want to guess how you jump in that game? Want to take a guess? Anybody?
You waggle, right?
Yeah, you move the forward. You put it on. You put the little nunchuck sideways, and then you push it forward. Like you have to.
Why?
You have to.
The Wii was awkward. Yeah.
You have to hope that it is like timed correctly when you push it forward, or else you're gonna keep failing and failing and failing again. Something that'd be simply fixed if you just made a button But no, it's like you push it forward, and I got so frustrated. I was like, I can't play this fucking game. It's impossible.
You can talk shit about Wii motion controls all you want, but if you're playing Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3 on anything but the Wii, there's something wrong with you.
That shit was hard. But I would fuck up doing the Kamehameha so many times. I'd be like, go, 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 go.
I love that game because it had like one of my favorite Dragon Ball villains, is Baby from GT.
Yeah.
And he was broken in that game. And I just had so much fun because you jump on your favorite character, just absolutely shamelessly busted. Like, I should be ashamed of what I am doing right now to other human beings online, and I don't care.
I hopped online, and it was probably my dog shit connection, but it did not work at all. It's terrible.
Yeah, it was like 50-50.
It was that, the Wii's connection as well in general.
Yeah, well, Nintendo has been like notoriously shit online, even with like Ultimate. I see a lot of Smash players complain about it.
Yeah, Ultimate's online. It doesn't help that the game itself got worse with like each TLC, but like the shitty netcode just makes everything.
Oh yeah, Steve from Minecraft. I know this fucking Minecraft player just beat Spargo, and he's like number 2 in the world.
Yeah, Steve, Min Min. Min Min is like such cancer. Like all the Japanese Smash players despise her to the point you watch Japanese Smash tournament footage and someone's playing Min Min, you hear the boos. You hear the cacophony of cheers when the Min Min gets knocked out.
She's just anti-fun.
What level of Omega Rugal are we talking here? Are we talking like
here's the thing. Here's the thing, right? With like an SNK boss, it was a boss. It was a challenge. It was something to overcome. And it was like, there were many things that made it hard. So even if it was hard, it was still fun. Smash DLC characters. I have never seen a fighting game that got worse with every DLC. Usually they get better, right? They get balance patches and new characters and they'll redo sort of how the game works to make it even more like you see what they did with Street Fighter V, where they tried to keep making it a better game with every
by adding more sweat and more lines.
Yeah, like more characters, and they would add more. They didn't even add mechanics with Street Fighter V. Like they added that whole dodging thing, like almost like a King of Fighters role. So like they try improve the game. Smash. I guess that Sakurai and his team got bored of Smash's mechanics and just started. It turned into Mugen, where they just started forcing mechanics from disparate games into each of these characters that just didn't fucking work. And it's not fucking fun. No one enjoys fighting Steve or Min Min or half of these DLC fuckers that just import the mechanics and gameplay of their fucking video game that isn't a fighting game. When Capcom put like Mega Man in a fighting game, Capcom, the people that made Mega Man, they did not have Mega Man play like the platform Mega Man games where he pews and just shoots things all day, because that's not fucking fun.
That was pathetic. I was really hoping that they'd have another Mega Man character or another Sonic character. If they added Tails, that would have been fucking sick, because there's only one fucking representative for the games. Eggman would have been a cool like villain too, but just I would
love Eggman, man.
Add more to the roster that you already have, not all this fucking anime shit.
Yeah, and like
Sephiroth was cool because Cloud was like alone, and then Sephiroth.
Yeah, and also like
was sick.
If you're gonna do, the big seminal video game characters, that makes sense. He's like one of the biggest, most popular video game villains. Makes total sense. Minecraft Steve, people mod him out. Like no one cares about Minecraft Steve.
It was a hype and inclusion only because I didn't think it would happen, and it's a massive like franchise.
But like this thing, because of the franchise, but it was more than just franchises with Smash. Characters, like these are like mascots. Steve is like
I don't know. I feel like
skin of choice.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like Minecraft is like the big game with kids. Makes perfect sense.
I feel like Steve
would have been until Fortnite.
I feel like Steve would have been better as a costume for a Mii fighter,
like the Mii's,
rather than a full fleshed out character. And the person that should have been a full character in the game should have been like maybe like a Dante or I seriously doubt they would have put Doom Guy in the Doom Slayer. But
I know me and Dimitri are like big like Dante stans. Like that's like number one husbanda right there.
Yeah, that was my number one pick for the game.
And
just because of the meme and featuring Dante from the Devil May Cry series. I mean,
Bayonetta's on there. Why can't Dante?
I just like the cat.
It makes more sense because it's not just that the game is popular. This character is popular. And that was a big thing with Smash. And then it just got to be, what IPs can we check off? Oh, Minecraft is really big. Let's put Minecraft in here.
Well, they wasted their time putting in all the fucking Fire Emblem characters. They should have used those slots for other ones.
Well, the problem is Fire Emblem's huge in Japan. Like, when they put Byleth in, that was just straight up pandering to the Japanese base because they were demanding Byleth.
I'll never forgive the Japanese.
I'm gonna genocide the Japanese now.
You got the reference.
They deserved it. Not once, not twice, but 3 times.
Basically, we got Banjo-Kazooie, Japan got Byleth. That's what that wave of DLC.
That's an L. That's an L on both ends.
Yeah.
Like,
no one even plays him. It was just a Rareware fucking fan service. Yeah, there it is.
There are people that play Banjo-Kazooie, and that's the thing, like, the DLC characters, for the most part, barring 1 or 2, are all unbelievably obnoxious to fight against. Like, fighting Banjo is just...
Banjo isn't, right? Oh, okay.
Banjo's just really campy. Most people don't even really play him.
And then, like, let's give him this fully invincible kill move that you... Okay.
Yeah. At least it's Wonder Wing. It's like you only get 3 per life.
Because I was talking about this with... I'm buddies with an old high-level Smash player. He don't play anymore because the community's awful and he just left it.
Why would you want... Yeah.
He plays the game, but he doesn't take part in the public community. And he's like one of the best players of his character. Yeah. And I think Tech knows what I'm talking about. And we've had this discussion like on like a lot of the DLC character stuff. And he brought up, and I agree, I didn't even think it was he brought up. But the fact that you only get so many of it encourages you to spam it. Because if you're not using them before you lose your stock, it's a waste. Like, why wouldn't you want to use it as many times as you're able? So it practically encourages you to spam it. So the DLC of Smash, Smash Ultimate, was fucking cancer. And for a fighting game, that feels like that's like a sin. Like, you're paying to make the game worse. And it's like, and I'm not saying this from bias. Generally, I think Terry Bogard was one of the only ones that cancer. His unique mechanic, like kind of some of his stuff already existed with Ryu and Ken, although that's kind of annoying, the pseudo fighting game mechanics. But the whole like he can use supers thing is there's a risk there because he has to take a lot of damage. He has to be like 100% or higher. So, okay, it's a risk reward. It's not just free obnoxiousness. And then for some reason, despite the fact no one asked for her, we got Min Min. And just at that, if you play Min Min
game,
if you're out there listening to this podcast, you play Min Min and Smash, I wish nothing but ill on you. Like, I hope your loved ones like disown you. I hope your pets get sick. Like, that's because that's what you deserve.
Why would they even promote ARMS? ARMS was like a dying franchise anyways.
Yeah. Because I think the guy that made ARMS asked for it or something. He works at Nintendo, so I don't know. Like, that was the first, I think, if I remember correctly. That was the first entry to season 2. And,
I don't remember the specific lineup. Yeah.
Yeah, and like that was like the sign of things to come. Like, are you ready for this shit to get awful?
I think at that point I was like, anything else, it can't be fucking worse. It can't be worse than this. I think I was holding out hope for like Master Chief as well.
Wasn't that the season 2? Wasn't that Minecraft Steve?
Minecraft Steve?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Didn't he end? No.
I think he was in season 2.
1.
Yeah. I think he was one of the final ones.
Yeah, so it just goes to show season 2 was like just the worst shit I've ever seen in a fighting game DLC season. Like, oh my god, Min Min and Steve
broke the internet. Like, he actually made servers lag when he came out. That's how fucking wild those kids were going for him.
And then they played him for 5 minutes
and realized he was too technically challenging.
And but then against him was just not fun.
Yeah,
no one's having a good time. He's not fun to play. He's not fun to fight. Why is he here? Why couldn't you just make him play like a regular Smash character and have his attacks be references? Why do you have to imitate? This is the problem with the DLC characters. Why do you have to imitate the fucking gameplay and mechanics of their source game into this game's engine that wasn't fucking made for it? That's why you get all this jank and unfun shit and you break your own fucking game balance.
Yeah, they had to change how the maps worked for the character.
Yeah, just don't do that. Just make a normal. I just feel like by the end, they were just bored of their own engine, and they just turned it into Mugen.
Did the rest of you guys answer like your favorite Sonic game and least favorite?
No, I didn't answer.
Okay, what's your favorite and least favorite, Dimitri?
My favorite one goes on and off between Sonic Adventure 1 and Sonic Unleashed, and then my least favorite is Sonic Forces because it makes me sad.
Why is that?
Just because it had a lot of potential. They're like, oh look, we brought Chaos, Shadow back, and all this shit, and then it was fucking nothing of a game. And it's like cool. It's like, oh, Eggman took over the world. He won for once. What are they gonna do?
It's basically
nothing.
It basically looks like it's gonna be the video game equivalent to the Saturday morning cartoon.
Okay, I lied.
Yeah,
I played
something
3
like that.
Sonic games: 06, 7 Rings, and Air Riders.
Okay, which one's
Air
best?
Riders
Which one's
is
You
good.
worst?
play the most jank shit.
Well, I didn't fucking know shit. I was a child, all right? I
Just
wasn't
get a
after these
Genesis emulator and play the regular one.
I was 20 years old. I was
Sonic
basically a child.
Origins.
Yeah. I think my
what-
favorite would just have to be 06 off of Memories, though.
I love
What about-
06. Good choice.
I remember watching Aaron bitch about the game, too, which was pretty funny.
Aaron, quit saying
When he
the
wasn't
N-word in
lame as
Sonic
shit.
06. Aaron.
Isn't that the playthrough John dropped the N-word in?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like fucking. Oh my god.
Spooky!
God damn
And
it!
it just gave Gator more to do.
She
Hey,
does
what's
this
up?
every time.
Good
Look,
time.
Gator's my number one.
Why?
It's okay.
Oh my god.
I used to
Technical's
love
feeling
Gator.
real awkward right now.
No, I don't give a shit.
I've said the N word like
I
multiple
was like-
times in front of him. Like he says it more than me. What the fuck are you talking about,
I'm the most
Cody?
racist one here.
Like there's literal videos of you and your brother screaming the N word in the middle of California. Like
There's
that's
also
out
videos
there.
of us kissing.
Yeah.
Your point?
Your brother? What? Wait,
You don't kiss your homies tonight?
In like
This
one of
is
the
a-
low tier god videos in the
That's- you got
cloud.
incest.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Like,
remember that one, yeah.
oh my god.
My
Anyway,
introduction to
what is
technicals was
about
this one video where I think it was him and his brother were like going about, it's like, this word that, and they were just basically like the punchline was the N word, and I was laughing at every fucking
Oh, that was the
second.
Eat Sam video.
Yeah, that was
That
fucking
was
fantastic.
great.
Yeah. That was his
Farmer?
idea too.
farmer. Yeah.
That was fucking great. But yeah,
What's
if there's any man that you have like some kind of privilege to kiss aside from your homies, it's your brother and your dad.
Yes,
Was
sir.
it like full on mouth kissing?
Look, look, it's family, all right.
Did you slip some tongue in there too?
Never turn your back on family. I would. Wait, what the fuck is his name?
How many fan fictions have been written about you and your brother just by chance?
I don't think I've read a fanfic. Thankfully,
I'll start one
Tom
tonight.
Brady. I would Tom Brady my dad. There we go. That's who it is. The guy who made out with his son.
Yeah. Thank you for explaining. It became funnier.
Yeah.
So was there
Love you,
any
Dad.
was there any questions on Twitter, Gator?
Oh yeah, I didn't answer.
I'm pretty
my,
sure there
favorite,
was.
my favorite
Yeah.
game. Of course, it's Sonic Adventure because I fucking love Sonic Adventure. I love the Dreamcast. I just fucking loved that console so
Same,
goddamn
dude.
much. And I think
Just the
probably
aesthetic of it,
my
the
least
menus,
favorite
everything.
game was Sonic Heroes. Was not a fan of it.
Sonic Heroes.
Just was not a fan.
It's got a great song though.
I kind of enjoyed it.
It's all right.
Yeah, it was just
I think it's just all right. Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, the Sonic Adventure 2 OST like fucking slaps. Like the Sonic
Oh
Adventure
god,
games,
yeah, it
like,
does.
Yeah.
like when I was working in warehousing, I'd play those in like the background to like motivate me to go like faster while working.
Sega just killed it with the soundtracks in most of the games.
Yeah, like it got to a point where there was no point to play a Sonic game, but it was like a band that you like release a new CD. It's like, oh, new Sonic
Yeah,
game coming out
new
with a
album
soundtrack.
just dropped.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
hmm
Like that was the Wii games, like Secret Rings and Black Knight. Fucking Secret Rings.
I like
You
Sonic
wanna-
Colors and
Seven
soundtracks a lot.
That song.
That shit went hard.
Well, you won't know this, Tech, because somehow you never watched Bebop. But the guy that sings Seven Rings in Hand, that's Steve Conte, who does a bunch of songs with Yoko Kanno. He's on the Cowboy Bebop soundtrack. He did The one song that he did that everybody knows from that soundtrack was "Call Me, Call Me," the one that plays at one of the last episodes when Ed leaves. Like it's the same guy. He's on a bunch. He's on a bunch of Yoko Kanno soundtracks. Which like, I knew when I first heard this song, this guy sounds familiar. I looked it up. And it's like, there's no fucking way that's the dude who did "Call Me, Call Me." Like, holy shit, he's on a Sonic soundtrack now. And then Black Knight, the final boss track, which is a fucking banger. The guitar on it's what's it called? "With Me," I think it's called.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, the guitar is done by the original guitarist for Megadeth.
I like Sonic Colors that has like Bowling for Soup that plays on there.
I kind of hate the Sonic Colors.
I like it. I like it for what it is.
It hurts. It hurts to hear. The rest of the soundtrack's pretty great, but the vocal songs that was kind of an era where Sonic games were good to play again, but like sacrificed a little bit. Like the music is now bad again. Like, oh, these songs though.
Yeah, there was like Bowling for Soup. I think Cash did a song.
Yeah,
it's like a pop band. It was a weird time.
Like
and the fucking fist bump from Forces is just
the pop punk groups that come out during the early 2000s, but they didn't make too many memorable songs where they play an emo night. Yeah, I get that.
No, fist bump was done by a guy who did a memorable song, and I hate it, and it makes me want to fucking kill myself. And it's the guy from Hoobastank who did Fist Bump. Yeah, you know that song, "The Reason"? One of the worst fucking songs ever to play on the fucking radio. And the reason is
not a perfect person.
Yeah, that fucking god awful piece of shit song. That the guy that did that song is the guy that does Fist Bump on Sonic 4.
Crawling in the Dark still slaps.
Remix of that. I feel like it'd be really funny. And the reason is anyway. What was the questions, Gator, on Twitter?
Yeah, let me go into those.
Get to the fan questions.
This is
how big's your penis? Every single one. Go. Mine's at least 2.
Too big. It's a problem.
Got to carry it around in like a sack.
I literally
like
have to wheelbarrow it around. Yeah.
Like a fucking tanuki. Just put it in a sack and just throw it over your shoulder.
He's doing the berserk thing where they edit his like sword that he throws over his shoulder just to be his giant penis.
This is from Exodus Americanus on Twitter. Says, "What is your Sonic OC donut steal?" I'll go first because I obviously have to go with Cold Steel the Hedgehog. Nothing personal, kid.
Nothing personnel.
That's right. Nothing personnel, kid.
I don't have a joke answer because I don't, but I do have a real answer. As a kid, I used to draw like Nintendo Power coverages of games I made up. And I would do a lot of made up sequels to games I was playing. So I can't tell you how many fucking Mega Man bosses I came up with as a kid. And I would always make my own bad guy. So when I started playing Sonic, I don't remember what the name of the character was, but it was basically like an evil Cobra doctor guy. And so I kind of sort of, in the era before the internet was even a thing, I had one of the first Sonic OCs.
Wait, didn't you make like one of your bad guys in your Cloud Scratcher comic, like an evil Cobra dude?
Yeah, well, yeah, a lot of them are because they're bad guy, the Evil Empire snakes. So, but that's just because I always loved snakes. It's like my favorite animal since I was a kid. And anything with anthropomorphic characters, there was never any fucking snakes, and it always pissed me off. They got plenty of fuzzy creatures. You got all these dogs and cats and ducks running around. Where's the cool ass fucking snakes? I want some cobras, get some cool hoods and shit. That's an aesthetic. Where's that shit at?
Looking for my OC. This is perfect.
You had like the Jungle Book and that really cool 2-parter Tailspin. That was it. So I just like anytime I made an animal character, it was a snake. If I had become a furry, my persona would be a snake.
You know, scaly, you uncultured swine.
This guy's got this. He's got the same name as me. I just looked up Brandon the Hedgehog. Guy was one of the respondents.
Oh,
hey, look,
it's actually a fun little name, Googling yourself with the hedgehog at the end.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
I bet you this guy is a Catboy Groiper right now as we speak. He's moved past this.
Oh, there's multiple pics.
Oh, we all gotta do it now. We all gotta do it. Your name, the Hedgehog.
Your name. Type in Spooky the Hedgehog.
Oh, I'm sure that's gonna be great.
Spooky.
Oh my god, This is one of the first. Where do I send this to you? Just in DMs?
Just put it in the general chat.
Okay, this was one of the first that I turned up.
No. Oh my god!
I think I lucked out because mine just looks kind of cool.
When you die, nothing happens.
That's great. Devin from school.
I also got this.
Got to shit fast.
I got this thing here.
I just like
So
how
I'm
it's like
kinda
baby
on both
puke
spectrums
green.
here.
Oh my god.
Oh man!
See his dick peeking out.
Oh no!
Spooky, does that do anything for you? White girls
but hold
fuck
on.
hedgehogs.
Oh no. I'm actually like I typed in spooky hedgehog and I'm getting a lot of like cute hedgehogs with little witch hats on.
All of mine are fucking weird. Look at this.
I think this one's actually appropriate for Spooky.
Decipher this thing for
That's
me.
you as fuck, Spooky.
That's literally me.
Decipher this thing.
I don't know. It just
That
looks
is-
like a badass OC.
I think their OC has cancer.
Right, you want to talk about badass OC? Here's your badass OC.
Why is that one in the top very
Cody the
sexual?
Hedgehog.
That one has abs on it.
I'm trying to find another good one.
That's a real spooky the hedgehog right there.
I don't know if I should say I got the mother load or I need to legally change my name now. But Cody the Hedgehog turns up some shit.
Look,
You
I
got some
only claim
autists,
the one
man.
I only claim the one that I just posted in chat. That's the one's literally me.
What the fuck is this? Hold on.
That
Oh,
was
it's a
me.
fucking hedgehog.
Oh my god! That reminds me of like
caterpillar.
oh god, you just activated some PTSD. There was like a Newgrounds like OC creator. I remember when I was like a literal child, and all that shit looked exactly like that.
He's got a
Oh, no.
rhino nose. What
How
the
is he a
fuck?
caterpillar?
He's
got
32 years old. He's 32. He's an old man. He's middle aged.
Skills strategy.
Other
Wait.
victims needless to anyone? What the fuck?
Having an 18-year-old sugar-coated marshmallow that resided outside the powerful crime lords on people's foot. What the fuck is it saying?
His brother grief beforehand, ending with Kelly green colored feathers, who already has still telekinesis.
This had to
would
have
come
been
up
randomly
weaponry. Other
generated.
victims delisted.
Yeah,
This is like a fever high of like what you'd write if you're like really sick. Like this is what you'd imagine.
Is it like made by an AI or something? Like some kind
Oh,
of,
it's
like,
made by Sonic OC Bot on Twitter.
See, yeah, I figured it had to be like
Ah.
a robot. Oh, here's one for you, Spooky. This came up with Spooky the Hedgehog. There you go.
That one's literally me. Yeah, that one's literally me.
That's just the bat
Bim-
lady.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's just
Bimbo
the bat lady with a Halloween costume.
Also,
Bimbo the witch, witch hog.
I have the best Sonic OC. Here it is. Here.
Cody Mo Hedgehog.
I can't get over the one that's like baby shit green and wearing a diaper.
His favorite food is monster. Very clearly has Down syndrome.
I feel like that was made.
Diapers, Lincoln Park.
I feel like that was made for like a gym video.
Turkey
somehow.
Tom. This is Turkey Tom's OC.
He's gonna DM you and call you the N word again.
Wait,
This
hold on.
This
I've got-
fucking black one that I posted earlier, there's like keeps coming up, and apparently he's in a lot of gay porn.
Oh no.
Like, the more
Oh,
I scroll
God.
down, he keeps coming back up, and they get more and more explicit. I'm done with this. It stopped being fun now.
Okay, one last
Might
one.
want to look into that name change.
Yeah, for real.
I typed in Tom the Hedgehog, and I've got a couple interesting ones. Hold on.
See, this almost could have been the whole episode itself. Just let's Google your name, the Hedgehog,
Sonic OCs.
and Sonic.
Well, you know
OCs.
what? In honor
Free content.
of a former comrade. Hold on.
But hold on. Look at this fucking descriptor of this one. This Tom the Hedgehog. Like, look at that.
Oh my god.
God,
It's
he's
quite
so
the
cool.
bio.
Terrible.
Here. Pour one out, my dudes. Here you go.
Ralph.
It's even misspelled.
Ralph.
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 Ethan
Fucking
Ralph the
stupid
Hedgehog.
children. It's
You just
great.
hear pill
That's right.
noises. You
He
just hear-
has I gotta look up Ethan the Hedgehog.
Ethan the Hedgehog.
That's like Ralph fucking woke up after a really bad bender and tried to type in his fucking name, and that's fucking scene.
Look at this, Ethan the Hedgehog.
Here you go, Ethan the Hedgehog. A bit edgy, lol. The scarf is precious to him, trust me.
Fights with a pair of
Kind of look like
daggers.
telekinesis.
I wonder where he keeps them.
In his ass? What is that supposed to mean?
Here you go.
It's self-aware.
This one's the Ethan the Hedgehog. Age 14, color African American, sex never.
Yeah, that's a good meme.
Holy shit.
Nice shit post.
That's a quality shit post.
You can that is very easily editable into another Ethan.
Yeah. Ethan Klein, the Hedgehog.
A lot of Ethan. There's a lot of dipshits online with the name Ethan.
Wait, hold on.
Word
Is
of warning
there
your parents: don't name your kid Ethan.
Weed the Hedgehog?
Yeah, they
Hold
just
on.
made fucking silver look like a marijuana leaf.
Oh, I typed Weed the Hedgehog. And this is what I got.
Fucker. She has a gun.
He has a gun.
See, unfortunately, Dimitri can't play this game because he had an official OC made by Ken Penders with his name.
Oh yeah,
I'm
that's
sorry.
right. I tried to block that out of my mind.
I'm sorry, any podcast listeners, if they can't see. What
I
we're
remember
looking
it was like a nightmare when he put out his list of like these are the characters I own, and I saw my name on there. I was like, oh no.
He
How
owns
does
you like
it
a
feel to be
slave.
Knuckles' arch enemy?
Not as good as you think. Not as good as you think.
He owned you like a little slave.
A little
Doesn't make you
gimp
feel-
slave.
Don't make it worse.
Penders
Oh,
owns
fuck.
you, boy.
We should pull up your official character. Unless
Yeah.
Ken Penders is
do
gonna like
it, yeah.
DMCA or something. That seems to
Yeah,
be going
do it.
around lately.
My official can get it.
I'm looking forward to the next episode because I've been rereading through on the lark. I've decided to read.
Well, I'll actually watch the fucking movie by the second
Yeah.
episode.
That'd be dope.
We'll have I think we'll have like a break and then we'll have like ER on and then like another break. And we'll do probably Sonic after that.
I feel like just tear the Band-Aid off. Just do the next Sonic episode. Because if you put it off, you're never gonna end up doing it. Yeah, there you are, Dimitri.
Yeah, that's me. Head in the jar.
Oh. Yeah, but you
Penders put me in the cum jar, dude.
Yeah, put you in the cum
It's
jar.
over. It's over.
Hello, my what's that, Lean Day, dear? Welcome to my Legion.
That's
He's
you?
He's the leader of the Dark
Yeah.
Legion.
As
The
opposed
bad
to
guy
what
thing.
other Legion? Is there a
It's-
there a
it's-
good
the-
Legion? A light-
They're the bad guy.
Officially
I know it's not comic talk yet, but the Knuckles story he has is so goofy. Like it feels like it could be like a plot for the Saturday morning cartoon, but it's like, okay, so a long time ago you had the Echidnas and they were super technologically advanced. They were like the best. They had the flying island and they were paradise of technology. And then something fucked up. I don't even remember what it was. And he turned evil. And then the Echidnas were like, no more technology. We are Amish now. We are going full Luddite because one bad thing happened. They blew up their own cities. They decided to start living in mud huts because that makes sense. But then the evil Echidna is like, no, technology good. Technology.
Oh yeah, so this is a bit of an aside. It's a bit of an aside, but when people watch this 3 weeks from now, it's going to be super dated. But apparently, like, all hell is breaking loose on Kino Casino. Apparently, PPP got his ass beat by a pickle.
What?
I'm not even exaggerating. That's what people are posting. It says,
is he allergic?
I don't know.
Oh, he got beat up by a pickle?
Says, someone said on Twitter, not only did I see PPP argue with a pickle, I saw it clearly win. What the fuck is going on?
Did the pickle man from old Chris Chandler finally come back?
I guess so, like, and he targeted another autistic man, did beat him down mercilessly.
It's like One Piece when Silver's Rayleigh came back 5 real world years. Holy shit, he's back.
And everybody collectively shat themselves.
Yeah.
Let's see, this is... we already kind of asked this question about the OCs. It was Power Within on Twitter said, is my Sonic OC Power the Hedgehog sexier than Rouge the Bat? He spelled it Rogue, but it's Rouge the Bat. Also, Vector is just Gator's gay cousin. See?
True.
Oh, Vector is the actual cool cousin that gives you weed during Thanksgiving. No, that's Vector, okay?
Let's see.
Like, we all have that cool cousin, right? That, gives us weed. We go on the walk during Thanksgiving, okay? That's Vector. Vector's the cool cousin. I think Gator is the gay cousin, actually. You're getting that confused.
Yeah, fuck you, Spooky.
So what's the question? Is Gator gay? I think he is. I don't know. Next question.
Sure would it seem like
I've
to
never
me.
seen him with a woman.
Getting
Do you have any
on my own
evidence to fight the
podcast.
gay allegations?
He does, actually.
Look, you're either going to have to show us you with a woman, or you're going to have to pull a flamenco on yourself.
I'm gonna have to leak it. I'm gonna have to create a Pornhub account first, and then I'll have to leak it.
Love, pick some good likes and then leak it.
Look up like this diaper fetishes and be like, "This is me, guys. This is the real."
Just gay old men.
You can go on Kino Casino and like 5 awkward fat guys can just try to fail a struggle session for an hour.
So, Gator, do you like the warmth of the shit when it touches your butt, or do you just like do you just like knowing that the diaper's on you? I need to know this is a fix of like your diaper fetishes. Come on,
it's the sound of the crinkles.
It's the only way where a Sonic podcast could have gone.
Oh yeah, it always goes back to diapers.
Explain all of these tags to me. You are into all of these tags?
Anyway, what was the other question?
Oh yeah, it was Yoshi Moe Ri on Twitter says, actually this person has like 20 fucking questions. Best Sonic voice. I think we kind of went over that a little bit.
We went Robotnik, and then everybody cowered it out of the answer.
Well, no, I think I said Dean Bristow, but I think they're asking about Sonic himself.
I like Mike Pollock or however you say his last name. Pollock.
Yeah.
Pollock? Mike's also good. Yeah.
It's just the one that registers with me from like watching Sonic X and shit.
They're all really good, but I gotta give to Long John Baldry because that man, you could tell, was having way too much fun. And you watch that Sonic cartoon for Robotnik because of Long John Baldry. Like, I don't
What's
give
the black guy that said he pissed on the moon? That guy.
No, that's Long John Baldry was Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, the goofy one, the one that all the YouTube poops are from.
No, yeah, I know that one. I was talking about my favorite Eggman or Robotnik is the guy that pissed on the moon.
Oh.
Are you shitting in your chimney?
I worry that he's kind of a douchebag who was like, I don't like people making memes of that because they're problematic memes.
Yep, that's him.
Yeah, like he's a woo Tumblr soft boy.
Wow.
Yeah. It was because people kept using it when Pro Jared's drama happened. And everyone found his
moods on Twitter.com.
Yeah.
To be fair,
and he was like, this makes me uncomfortable. Yeah,
the whole group of people that make those fandubs, like that Sonic Adventure 2 fandub was funny, but like they haven't done anything funny since, and they're all really cringy people.
That sucks.
I agree with that.
Okay,
anyway,
next question. Funniest long.
Oh wait, for the Sonic, Jason Griffith, because we didn't actually answer his question.
Oh, there you go.
I like Roger Craig Smith. I did really like. I feel like he took like that new Sonic thing, but like gave it a little bit more smarm, which I think helped.
Yeah, I think people unjustly hate him because I also enjoy his work.
I don't know why. I guess because he's not who they grew up with. But yeah, he had that. He gave that. He made Sonic a little more. I guess they brought levity to it instead of Sonic always have like, I've got my one-liners. The 90s never ended. Like that's kind of fun. But I like that Roger Craig Smith kind of grounded it a little bit and made it a little more believable.
I like how nobody said Jaleel White at all. Not a single person yet.
I don't actually like Jaleel White's Sonic voice.
Yeah, it's kind of annoying.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's fine for the funnies, but
yeah, it's like he's his Sonic voice is the voice you do when you're making fun of someone. Like, yeah, I'm way past cool. Yeah, like if he put yeah in front at the end of his sentences, it'd just be the same thing.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, I think Ben Schwartz didn't do a bad job in the Sonic movie. He sounded.
I haven't seen it in so long. I don't even remember. Oh, you're talking about the new Sonic movie.
The new Sonic movie. Yeah,
movie.
Did a really good job, I think.
Oh yeah. He did a right job. I just can't unhear him as in DuckTales. It's like the same voice, same performance, same everything he did as Dewey. So I just can't unhear Dewey.
Yeah.
Well, it's been so long since I've watched DuckTales.
I do my own voice, guys.
Yeah.
It didn't really break the immersion for me. Probably because I haven't heard Sonic voice act in a while.
Yeah, it wasn't like awful. It was just like that. That's like a mark off that I can't unhear this other character that he did because he's doing it the same.
Yeah, that's the same with me and Eggman. But Jim Carrey, it's like it's just fucking Jim Carrey. I look at the screen, there's Jim Carrey, not there's Eggman.
Yeah,
but his performance is fine.
Although I think it's probably a little better. I haven't seen it yet, but I was assuming it's a little better in Sonic 2 because they made him look like Eggman. So even though it's Jim Carrey being Jim Carrey, you know your brain can make that a link a little better.
Yeah, I was waiting for them to make his ass bald.
Yeah.
Anyway,
it was a fun movie.
Wish we could talk about it.
Yeah.
But everybody else hasn't given their answer, I think.
I wanted to talk about the fucking wedding scene with the ring, but whatever. That shit was funny.
It was pretty good. Like, their sheets. I don't know if this isn't really spoilers, but like, I know like all the little kids were like giggling their heads off when like the bride like got her revenge and she was.
I was sitting right next to some fucking kids. It was cute though. They were just like popping off for the movie. There's a lot of cute scenes that made me laugh.
Do you remember the scene where this isn't really spoilers, but the scene where the guy the Sonic's canon dad slaps the black guy in the face? You remember that, or punches him in the face? You remember that?
I love when Tom punches people in these movies. Yeah.
Yeah. So like he punches him in the face, and I had a grown woman audibly gasp at that.
Like the racism.
Like they were like, oh. I will say there was like one part that really confused me.
Did you feel threatened during that scene, Technicals?
Yeah.
Press. Did you feel like George Floyd getting his knee necked while watching it?
I couldn't breathe during that entire scene.
Oh, God.
No, that shit caught me off guard. I thought it was funny as fuck. I was like, whoa.
There's one scene where so like the fiance, the male fiance, he's trying to square up on Sonic's dad. I'm saying Sonic's dad because I can't remember these people's fucking names. So he's trying to square up on the guy, like he's like a puny, like manlet or whatever, and this this buff black guy that's way more handsome than he is. But like the guy who does the acting for Sonic's dad, he's a pretty fit guy. He's a pretty good looking guy. So like when they were trying to square up on each other, it was kind of weird. It was kind of like, okay.
Yeah, they tried to play him as like more like lamer in a way than how he was, right? Because I was like, he's built like
with the dude bro. They have the whole dude bro aesthetic for the niggas.
Yeah,
his friends. Yeah.
So that's very distinct. Yeah,
I don't want to spoil.
They were the blacks in the movie. Thanks.
The minorities.
Why'd you say it like that, Spooky?
He just said the what's the difference?
I just heard some hate in your words, that's all.
I just hate Sonic movie blacks, okay? What's the difference? They're the
Sonic
worst part
movie
of the
blacks. Those damn Sonic movie blacks. Not in my school.
Anyway.
They only make 13% of the movie cast, but
but they weren't the most violent people in there. No, actually, the white people were more violent, I think. Actually, no, who was it? It was they took Tails'
The racial
gadget
themes of
he
Sonic
has.
the Hedgehog too.
Yeah, really tells you about
Like a
society.
Jack Saint video.
Anyway, but speaking of the black replacement, how did you guys feel about Knuckles being his voice actor being what's his name?
Idris Elba.
Yeah,
I like this performance. Yeah, like I think you kind of said it earlier. I wish they just got the game cast, but like the people who did it did do fine. I just wish it was the game cast.
Yeah, it's just weird that Tails was the only person that they hired back.
I feel like they're leaning weirdly into the joke that Knuckles is black.
What?
By casting Idris Elba.
Idris Elba did a good job.
Yeah. He seems like he does a really good job. It just feels like it's that weird thing of like, we want to be racially diverse, so let's cast the black man as the character that everyone jokingly stereotypes as black because his hair looks like dreads and his music in Sonic Adventure 2 was rap songs.
Maybe, I don't know. I think he just has like a deeper voice as well.
It's just like it's a modern casting director, so there's always that like suspicion. It's like, did you do this because they were the right choice, or are you a fucking weirdo?
There are a lot of black people in the movie, but it's like it's done in a way where it doesn't piss me off and it doesn't seem like forced. Like they're not like, look at the black people, look at the black people.
Yeah, so, I noticed in the first movie, it was like like when his girlfriend being black. Like at first, it's like, oh no, is this going to be like some casting director shit? But it never like they don't make her hyper competent.
I like his girlfriend.
Or they don't make her like they don't shine a light on it. They don't do this. It feels like if the casting director was on some shit, maybe, but the writing team wasn't, so it's fine.
Yeah, well, that's usually how it is now. Is that it's the casting directors that are always like on some shit, with the exception of like the Wheel of Time series, because it's pretty obvious that like the casting director, the writing team, they're all in on it and they're all doing it just to spite fans.
It depends. Like it's like so they'll hire.
Lord of the Rings is a big one.
Well, they'll hire people that are literally like, I don't know, millennial age, I guess, like to be PR consultants. And then these PR consultants are like, you don't have enough insert minority thing here in this movie taking place in Middle Earth. So like you need to diversify your cast. And then they'll try to convince the old producers who are super out of touch and they don't give a shit about what's currently new or popular. And so the out of touch people like, okay, we'll give you money to make it more diverse because this is apparently what people want because these PR consultants are telling me that. It's literally, it's out of touch people talking to other out of touch people trying to convince them that the world
just
is
different ends.
Yeah, it's convincing them the world's a certain way when it's not. And you learn that a lot. If you ever listen to people like in advertisement and how they consult people, it makes it blatantly obvious. Oh, this is why things feel awkward and out of touch majority of the time, because it's people trying to convince other people that this is what a group of people are into, but all these people are out of touch to what the actual group of people are into.
It's just because one group writes more emails than the other because the other group doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, it's literally that.
That's a really
I mean, like, it's also like it's the same reason why tweets like you know, the whole like silence corporation whenever they try to be like, hey, what's up, fellow kids?
Yeah.
It's the reason why is because meme culture is so fast, right? It's like a meme could be like relevant and gone within 24 hours. And so it's these corporations or the people who run the Twitters are usually like younger people, like around our age, trying to convince these older folks in like the CEO positions, like, okay, this is what people think are funny. You should allow me to tweet this immediately, or else it will be cringe and unfunny. And they just don't understand that whole world completely. And so like that's why like they'll see like corporations tweet stuff out like 3 months later in the line. It's because it's like has to be approved by a person and another person, just in case they get canceled over it. Unless you're like, what was it, Burger King that says they wanted more women in the kitchen?
I thought that shit was so funny. That shit was deleted before
I didn't delete it. Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah.
Good times.
Remember the KFC ad, which was like the fucking fried chicken with the
oh my god,
with the BLM.
I thought it was a meme.
Yeah,
that was real. That was actually real.
That was a real one. They took it down because it was
no oversight
such poor taste. Yeah.
Fuck.
Did they never advertise black people eating fried chicken ever again? Is this
Well, that's
it?
where we got the that's where we got the meme of the I can't remember. It was like this long text, like isekai like text. It was just like was this like his like descent into another world or another dimension or some shit? And it's just like the rainbow flashing colors and the guy eating the fried chicken, dancing. What the fuck was the title for that?
Oh yeah, I've just seen the gif of the guy eating the fried chicken and dancing because people use that to mock people.
Yeah.
Like who?
It
Who are they
almost
mocking?
looked like the dude from
specifically,
Psych.
Cody? Who are they mocking, Cody?
Anybody. Like you put it like, oh, I'm dancing because something bad happened to you and I'm eating chicken. Haha. Like I always thought that guy looked like
response gif.
Yeah, I always felt like that guy looked like the dude from Psych. I don't know if it actually is him, but it kind of looks like him, like Gus from Psych. Kind of reminded me of that.
It does kind
But
of.
yeah, I know the gif you're talking about.
Any other questions?
I think there was quite a lot. I remember notice.
Yeah, there's a couple of them. Let's see.
Yeah.
Which Sonic character has Sega done the dirtiest lately?
Shadow.
That was easy.
Frame one. They have like mandates right now. So like I really like the current comic writer Ian Flynn. But he has like a mandate from Sega. He's like, Shadow is not allowed to have friends, this and that. So he's basically like he handles all the characters well except for Shadow because he's literally not allowed.
He just wants it to be a school shooter. That's it.
Pretty much, they just want the like edgy Shadow and they don't want anything else.
Which
even
is
though
a shame
Shadow's
because
kind
like,
of always had more stuff to him.
When Ian Flynn took over at Archie, he did a really good job fleshing out Shadow.
Yeah.
He gives Flat Out Shadow some good shit, and that's why I can't fuck with IDW too much because I kind of miss the absolute fucking insanity of the Archie comic. That's like lightning in a bottle shit. Okay, we'll talk about that more next one. But like when he had a little more freedom, you could do the edgy Shadow, but you could like have him play off people. You could put him in a group,
yeah,
and it worked really well. Like had him like the Team Dark from Heroes, and like that was like his boys basically. Well, but
it's possible.
Like yeah, and they played off each other because you had the edginess and you had the the different dynamics, and then like now, I guess Sega views him as like something they're ashamed of from a different era. If you notice, he don't do as much in the games anymore. I don't even know if he was in for. If he was forgot what he fucking did. He just kind of like they shoot.
He just shows up and goes away.
Yeah. And it's like no, he's like an era of another time. Like, bro, people still like this. Even if you forgo the edgy shit, that's a stylish design with the quills going up with the stripes, and he's got the cool shoes. That's just a good design. You can still work with that. People like that shit. Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater just because you were trying to do Vegeta and like you went a little too hard on it and made a game everybody makes fun of. Just dial it back. You don't have to get rid of them.
See, that's the funny part because it's like nowadays he feels the most like Vegeta, where he used to like, I guess, simply have more layers to his personality and stuff.
I think the Shadow the Hedgehog game did so poorly and became such a meme that they just said, because the Japanese they don't want to take risks.
Yeah.
Like, oh, people don't like it, they make fun of it. We can never do this again. Get rid of him. Oh, but the fans really like him. Okay, we'll just give him like a boss battle in Generations or some shit.
Pretty much.
Yeah, so I he's about right. Yeah, I think it was Shadow. Like just some other characters you say they did dirty. Like, but I think Shadow was like, come on, like don't get rid of him. He ain't bad.
Well, he's gonna come up in the next movie, so that should be exciting.
I hope he's done well. Yeah,
I hear that. I haven't seen it, so I don't know like how, but I have heard a lot of people say like, oh, it's Shadow is gonna be the next movie. I was kind of hoping for Metal Sonic, but I'll take maybe him too. I don't know. I'll take Shadow. Shadow's cool.
I hope they take what they did with Knuckles, and they're super self-aware, where they exaggerate the character, or they just make it funny again. Because
I think they did the opposite with Knuckles. I think in like modern stuff he's too fucking stupid, and they
you think he's too stupid?
We just
I think Boom.
And
I think Boom
and in the games, stuff like that. In the movie, I think he's really well balanced. Well, yeah, no, I like that he's dumb and tough, but it's like you only have the dumb.
If
for a
they
while.
do Shadow in the third movie, there needs to be a moment where he like teleports behind Sonic and says "nothing personal, kid," and like knocks him the fuck out.
He's gonna.
He's gonna
They
do
had-
it.
Why does these
Him in the
movies are
head.
too connected
They
to
had
the fandom?
fucking what was Jim Carrey doing in the last movie? Number 2. He did a Fortnite dance, didn't he?
He flossing. He was flossing.
Yeah,
No, I think it's Sonic
flossing.
lost in the first movie.
Yeah, Sonic did it in the first.
Yeah.
Movie.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he fucking flossed in front of Knuckles, and I almost face palmed, but I was like, okay, I'll let it slide.
It made me smile. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, they are very tuned in with the fan base. If you remember the in the movie, the crazy old man who's like, the blue devil out in the Sonic.
Yeah. No, I like that.
Oh,
it
yeah,
fit,
the
it fit in
Sonic meme,
naturally.
yeah.
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 That's the thing. Like, if you're gonna do a reference, like fit it in like that, where it's like clever and feels like
Yeah.
not forced.
Like,
So I
thought out.
think
Yeah, exactly.
I think they would probably do a Cold Steel the Hedgehog reference with Shadow. It just feels too obvious. He's even if he doesn't teleport behind Sonic, he's gonna say nothing personal, kid.
Or it'll be a shot in like an establishing shot of some fucking kid in elementary school drawing it.
Yeah.
It'll be something like that.
Or like some kid sees Shadow but like doesn't remember him correctly, so like he draws.
Yeah,
what he
kinda like
remembers,
the
and
Sonic
it'll be Cold
thing.
Steel. Yeah. I think it was something like this, and he was like, "Nothing personnel, kid." And he didn't say that, like that kind of thing. It'll probably be something.
I think there needs to be a moment in the third movie where somebody sees like Supersonic and they fucking draw him looking like Sonic Chew.
I mean, Boom did reference Chris Chan. So.
That is true. That is true.
They referenced him a couple times because there was the line Sonic makes about it's a game like tomato something like they should have never made his legs red or changed the color of his legs, something like that. It's a reference to Boom. And then they had the whole episode with the Chris Chan stand-in of like there was like Misery.
Yeah.
They're supposed to have Chris Chan on Smiling Friends too.
Yeah, I heard about that. Wouldn't that have been fucking nuts? Because I think that episode came out after the thing with Chris Chan's mom happened.
It did, yeah.
So like, would
Yeah.
they have had to re-record that, or are they just gonna leave it?
I think they would have left it. It would have made it funny.
They would have definitely
They
left
would have
it.
wanted to leave it.
Definitely left it.
They would have
Yeah.
wanted to leave it, but you got to remember, Adult Swim is a
Oh,
bunch
yeah.
of little bitches. Because remember, they
Network.
canceled World Peace just because Tim Heidecker wouldn't stop bitching.
Bunch of soy cucks. Well, also they
Yeah.
were getting emails by like
yeah,
a dozen, I guess. Maybe like a dozen emails.
emails.
Oh no, emails.
No, not the emails. Holy shit. Their
I wonder
fingers
if,
might
like,
hurt after a
so
while.
Adult
Responding,
Swim might have replaced him, even if the guys running the show didn't.
I want to voice a character on Smiling Friends. That'd be
Well,
based as
get
fuck.
in-
Can you hear that in the
Like-
background? Can you hear that?
Uh,
dog?
I too want to become
I
popular.
can't hear the dog.
Okay, good.
Anyway,
Just getting good with Psychic Pebbles. Become his new best friend.
yeah, become besties with him.
Well, I'm gonna have E semicolon R on the show at some point. So
Is he
I'm
friends
slow-
with some psychic pebbles?
No, but
I know you made a reference to it where it's like, they hit the fucking
I
Pentagon!
want to work on a show like that in the future. That'd be awesome.
Have who in the future?
No, I want to do a show like them in the future, like an animated funny show or like a sketch comedy show.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I love that shit. I mean, Spooky keeps calling me a theater kid, and it's very true. But it's because I fucking love like improv comedy so goddamn much.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
do too. Yeah,
It's like one of my. It's like that, and then studying Japanese is like my two favorite things.
like, improv comedy gets a bad rep because of like corny improv groups. Like, okay, everybody, give me this, and we're in a pet
Dude,
store.
one of my
Go.
favorite shows ever growing up was Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Yeah,
Yes.
Whose Line
I
is
love
like,
that
no,
shit.
that's how you do improv comedy. Whose Line is just fucking legendary. It's like every other episode, even the old British show had some good shit. It's like every other episode is just something just memorable, quotable. The fucking Arctic turn.
Colin
See, like, you
Mockery going fucking hard for no fucking reason. Wayne
Yeah.
Brady's gonna smack a bitch.
Backstreet Boys, like it's great shit.
I liked it when he was role playing as a blind man and he was like with Wayne Brady as the barman. He's like, yeah, it sucks being a fucking blind man, but it's so great to talk to my fellow white man about this, isn't it?
I remember.
It's so good.
That's that good shit. You need actual funny, witty people to do improv. And as I said, I think the black sweater people give it a bad name, but
Oh,
you
God.
get some like genuinely funny people in there. Improv is some of the best shit.
Well,
Anyway.
especially stuff like old school SNL where they had the skits, but a lot of times they just say fuck it and just go off.
Yeah.
That's my favorite.
That'd be the
kind.
only way to do it. But now, like, I don't know. I feel like SNL hasn't been funny for an extremely long time. But
Well, yeah.
They're not allowed to
that's
make
just
certain
my
jokes
humble
anymore.
opinion.
Yeah.
But what was the other question, Skater?
Oh yeah, thoughts on Sonic Origins?
What was that?
That's the
Oh, the new
re-release.
thing coming out?
Yeah, that's the re-release of all the old games. But with
I was
fucking
excited
Denuvo.
until I saw the bullshit they were pulling, like with the Denuvo
I was about to
and
say-
the plans and shit.
Yeah, the fucking Ubisoft content mapping looks fucking awful. Like the content itself, probably like this is easily the best version of these games we were going to get officially, because I don't think it had Whitehead's team. It had some people from it on it or something. The people who made Mania and the other ports.
Yeah.
So like I think the actual stuff's gonna be good, but you know, just corporation higher up involvement kind of fucking it over.
It's
Yeah,
$40.
It's what kind of lame about like I'm a big Final Fantasy nerd, and they
Square, yep.
yeah, and they announced that like we're gonna come with the Chocobo GP. It's like Final Fantasy kart,
Oh man.
and I was like,
I was so
hell
upset by
yeah!
that.
And Gilgamesh is in it, and we got racetracks based on all the different Final Fantasy games. Hell yeah, I'm on shit day one. Shit comes out, it's on fucking mobile gacha payment premium plan shit
Yep.
with like unlock Squall and Cloud if you get special racing
Battle
bucks.
Pass.
Yeah, and like but you can only get them for the first. So you can either grind by playing for hours, pay real money, but you only got a week to do it. Like, oh fuck,
Dude, mobile gaming fucking ruined fucking everything, and I fucking hate it.
yeah.
Well, it's microtransactions that what really ruined it.
Yeah,
because
horse
the
armor.
corporations
Fucking
it's
horse
all
armor.
aspect, yeah.
Yeah.
Todd.
Well, like everything, I mean, everyone has like $1 or $2 to spare, right? So, like, imagine if like 300 million people had $1 or $2 to spare, or billion people, excuse me, had $1 or $2 to spare. And that's a lot of money. That's a lot more money because people would rather spend $2 here, $5 here to play their little grindy mobile game than they would like paying like 60, 70, now even $85 to $90 for a fucking new game with all the DLC crap that they add it to it. So.
Yeah,
Anyway.
it's obnoxious. And I don't think a lot of these companies understand because even Platinum fell for this. Like, people don't want this shit. They want to buy a video game. They will continue to put money in the video game if you make it worth it. That is why Final Fantasy XIV is very, very popular. It has made it worth it to pay the subscription. Like, if otherwise you do so, you have a game. It's like, oh, it has really good DLC, so I will buy the DLC because it is worth the money. This games as a subscription
Drug.
Yeah, I'm a brain fried there for a second. Games as a subscription, games as a payment plan does not. Nobody wants that shit, and they're not going to put up with that shit. They're just going to go elsewhere, and you're going to fail. What is everybody playing right now? Are they playing that new Platinum game I can't even remember the title of because clearly that's not the answer? No, they're playing Elden Ring, a game you buy it, you play it. There's no Elden Ring subscription plan. There's no tiered payments on Elden Ring.
They're playing.
You're
Fortnite
playing
too.
it because the R34 is good.
No, that's Overwatch.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, Overwatch 2 is coming out soon, but I don't see anyone hyping it up.
Yeah, no one cares because the only. I just think
the
it's
fuck
funny.
is even like it doesn't have a storyline to it.
It died after Valorant.
Well, what happened was Blizzard kept fucking up, and they just kept using with like, oh, this character's gay now or whatever. It was like this constant deflection, so it turned the game into a joke. Combined with the fact that they were adding new characters and the balance was getting fucked, and then they were just all their new characters like look at all our minority checkboxes. We got all the fucking people, all the racial boxes. Like, look, and it just turned the whole thing into a fucking joke. And then now the only thing anyone cares about Overwatch anymore is the fucking porn, and that a couple VTubers are playing it again.
May and her amazing fat Asian tits. Hell yeah.
Did you guys see the new Warcraft expansion?
Oh, you mean Scalies? Yeah, I did.
The dragon scaly shit.
They literally just
DeviantArt OCs.
That's what they did. They fucking created DeviantArt OCs. I've never
They
facepalmed
literally
harder in my life.
they literally wrote these characters in. Like I've been getting into like Warcraft and Warcraft lore again. I just been replaying it, and they literally wrote these like dragonkin characters that have like wide birthing hips or scalies that you can play. Because the actual dragons in Warcraft, they're more like they're kind of like guardians. Like they're kind of like think of them, they're not gods, but they guard magic, they guard time, like they guard Azeroth specifically, and all the elements that go into it, right? So they're kind of really fucking important. And they kind of just scratched that out, and they're like, okay, well, there's these dragonkin characters you can play, and also the dragons in Warcraft, they're massive, so they have like humanoid characters. So it's like, and they're one's like they're I'm brain farting the fucking names of the species, but the one's a human. Like then there's an elf, and there's an orc, and then there's I don't think anyone's a troll, but anyway, they have like humanoid characters, and then when they transform, they're like these giant ass like huge dragons, right? Like you like battle on the spines of their backs. They're that big. And they just kind of scratched that out. They're like, no, you can be the dragon, and you can turn into like a half dragon, half human looking character, or you can be like the dragon with the wide birthing hips. And you can also ride a dragon. Woo! So they kind of
let me tell you exactly what fucking happened.
Okay.
Here's what fucking happened. So Activision Blizzard, they have their whole like, people being weird and shit, and a bunch of people get fired, right? This is what happened. Some motherfucker from Fur Affinity just happened to be on the staff and just fell upward when all these people got fired. And then they decided to take their thinly veiled fetish and just make it part of the fucking game lore. That's probably exactly what fucking happened.
And you know what drives me fucking crazy?
I unironically don't think that's an exaggeration. I heard, sorry to cut you off, but like I heard like a lot of people who knew what, like, a lot of people at Blizzard right now don't even understand the back end because so many people either left or got fired that was in control of everything.
Yeah. And you know how furries are. They're just, if I can shove my shit in here, I'm going to shove my shit in. And what's annoying for me, I've talked about this with like making Cloud Scratcher, right? It was just like, furries kind of took over anthropomorphic design because no one wants to do it anymore because they're afraid of getting mistaken for furry. And furries can't do anthropomorphic design worth good goddamn. They just take an animal, put it onto a body type they want to fuck, and that's it. Like, so it's bad enough that like, oh, their wolf characters all look like the same fucking thing, and none of this shit's creative. But like, with like,
can you fuck it?
But when they do like dragons, like, or dragons and fucking sharks, they're all of the furry. They just destroyed the idea, the potential you could do with like a dragon character. Anthropomorphic dragon character should be like this big fuck you spiky motherfucker that looks like he scared the shit out of you, or look like some kind of fucking, I don't know. You get the little mustache tentacle thing the Eastern ones got. You get like a fucking wise old master type with that design or whatever the fuck. There's like shit you can do. And they won't do it. It's just put a dragon, put some birthing hips on it so I can fuck it, and there's your dragon. It's bullshit. It's like with the sharks. If you're going to do an anthropomorphic shark, it should be like a street shark looking motherfucker. That's how you do an anthropomorphic shark. Furries will just, it's like a latex wolf. They'll put some hair on it. Why the fuck does your shark have hair? Because you can't fuck a bald chick, I guess? It's shit. Furries ruin everything is what I'm saying.
So you want to fuck a bald shark?
No, you shouldn't be trying to make fucking sharks that you're trying to fuck. It's a shark. Don't fuck a shark.
Shark Uzi.
If I'm fucking my shark, I want a wig on it at least. I think I'm being reasonable.
Go be the new John McPhee. Fuck a shark or something.
What the fuck is this image?
Jawsome.
It's not Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
That was how you do shark characters. Was the street sharks? They look at those motherfuckers. They look like they will bite you in half.
That's right. Pants. Like they're wearing very colorful.
By the way, if you've never seen Street Sharks, it's all dad jokes. It's just a nonstop parade of fucking dad jokes and explosions. That's Street Sharks.
Sounds like Kino.
Everything that comes out of a character's mouth in Street Sharks is the most painfully corny thing you've ever heard, and that's what makes it great.
All right.
To bring the design thing back to Sonic, though, one of the reasons I like the way these characters look in this series is because they don't look like that anthropomorphic like human thing that you're just talking about, like that they're like almost like plush like stuff.
It's also like the furries like to add, like I said, the weird birthing hips too. They'll give them like really big thighs and really big wide gaps in between their hips. Like it's inherently sexual.
Spooky,
and, like,
I hate to break it to you, but that's every fucking horny artist on Twitter. They don't have to be furries.
Well, no, like my point was like that. I mean, it's inherently sexual because they add it to their design. Like, and I was gonna bring it up like Nostalgia Critic, because Corey and Chris O'Neill were making fun of Nostalgia Critic for bringing on. There's like the wall parody. Yeah, like that shit.
Yeah, right. The monsters with the white hips.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah, and they're like. Had you not noticed?
It depends, right? If you're trying to do like anthropomorphic and you have a female character, females have hips, women have hips. It happens, right?
But male and females have wide birthing hips when it comes to these furry designs. Like,
but that's the thing. Like, you can always kind of tell whether it's like, and it's that old. It's like, again, back in the 90s, right? Furries weren't a thing, so when they make an attractive anthropomorphic character, the writers aren't thinking about furries or all that shit because they weren't a thing back then.
Yeah, but look how
it's just like, oh well, what signals do we send? Which signals do we send with the character design to tell the audience that this character is supposed to be attractive? Because, like, you know, if you're gonna have like Chip and Dale Rangers, you got Chip and Dale pining over this chick, she can't look like a fucking regular mouse, and then it's gonna look weird to the audience. So you got to like put the little signals to the audience, like, oh look, she's a pretty girl.
I think this one got Norded.
Yeah, when you had, there is a level though where it's like there's that, and then there's something going on, something else going on, and it's like, I wouldn't say just wide hips. It's this bulbousness to them. Like when the hips become like this, like it's just this, like off like fat. Like not just hourglass shape, but it's like this fatness to it. That's when it gets to be suspicious. It's like a specific look, and it's hard to describe with words, but it's a very specific look. That when you see it, you know.
That reminds me of I guess we could like because I think Gator wants to go live soon, but
yeah, we'll wrap it up.
But like we'll wrap it up. Like that reminds me of like this it was like, you know, like the Spyro games got like those remix recently.
Oh God, I know what you're gonna say. I completely agree.
Somebody made a mod where you could get fat Spyro, and you know what? This is different. So like if you just saw his face, he looks like a chubby little like dragon. So it's like, oh, he looks kind of cute. But then when you expand his body, his hips are wider. He's got a noticeably big floppy belly. Like, and then you go and look at the artist's other stuff, and he just draws nothing but fat dragon looking characters with big hips and stuff. There is a thing
with like furries that are into dragons and furries that are into fat people that like kind of I see kind of interlock, like, because there was that guy that got his fat dragon persona into Undertale.
Nice.
So that tends to happen.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it tends to happen a lot. But I think like you can always kind of tell when there's a fetish about. Like by how it's drawn, because and like again, it's the hip thing. You can tell someone's into that if the hips just go out. You can tell if the artist is a foot fetishist, but the feet will just be unnecessarily detailed. Same with like armpit fetishes. Like you could tell like when someone got to that point, they put more effort there than the rest of the picture, the rest of the design, and that's like anytime you see that, you know, oh, you're a degenerate, and there's your fetish right there. I can see it. You don't even need to tell me. I can spot it right there. Right, it's just like you're wearing a shirt. It's like wearing a shirt saying, "There's my degenerate fetish right here." And it's like there used to be an era where this was not the case. And
are you kink shaming right now, Cody?
Hell yeah, I am.
Are you into big stinky birthing hip diaper fetishes, scalies? Is this what you're trying to say, Tech?
Wait, when did the diapers become a part of it?
The diapers always
how this started, I think, to be honest.
I've been clocked out too long.
I miss the days where I did not know the fetishes of strangers.
Yeah.
I used to be thinly veiled instead of full display.
The author's thinly veiled fetish.
Yeah.
I want fetish Easter
Totally
eggs.
spies
okay?
did this.
Easter
I don't want it.
eggs.
I don't want it on the sleeve. I don't want it on the nose. I want to be able to find your fetish.
I want to.
Your
Oh,
butthole.
damn it.
It's not a game anymore.
It's the thrill of the hunt.
It's the thrill.
It's the
I like
thrill of
the
the
hunt.
cunt, more like it, you know?
The thrill of the
Hey,
cunt.
Aha.
It's the rhythm of the night.
Oh god. Okay.
Seems
I
like all
think-
these
I think we should-
festivities are starting pretty soon. So go ahead, Cody.
We haven't even.
Oh, that's what I
Yeah.
was about to say. Like, I was going to ask if you wanted to wrap the thing at 9.
We could literally go into a fucking deep dive of just the Sonic like fan fetishes with feet stuff. But like
we should do that next
I'm
time
good.
because we
I'd
get to go
rather-
into the King
Why
Penders
not?
shit.
Yes.
You got fucking Sora as your profile pic. That's like keto fucking foot fetish right there. Come on.
Not anymore. His feet are smaller now.
Yeah, they nuked his feet.
He's better now, okay? He got over
You
it.
didn't want his big stinky feet and high definition of your
Tiny, tiny feet.
I did not.
Anyway.
Can't we get through one anime podcast without discussing fetishes?
No.
Nope.
That's
Tails on
like
a bench.
part of the anime community. This is anime.
Well, yeah.
Tails on.
That feels more on topic than a lot of things. Huh.
Anyway.
All right, I think
Gator?
That's why you like Tails.
just to bring it full circle. Talk
Yeah.
about.
I had to
You're
bring
welcome.
it back to Sonic.
This has been the worst Sonic episode ever, but it's been a fantastic podcast just shooting the shit with everybody. I think maybe we need to start doing this more often, just like setting a topic and then just like, dropping
And
it with
fucking it,
Yeah.
making everyone guess what the fuck the topic is.
More feet fetish. We know it's just like we start off with talking about Final Fantasy, and we're like, okay, we're gonna talk about feet for like next 3 hours. Hope you're ready.
Let's just. We talked earlier about the thrill of the hunt. Let's make the thrill of the hunt for the audience. Figure out what the hell the topic was originally planned to be.
Epic.
See if you can figure it out by the end. Then the Gator will reveal it. We were going to talk about this.
But actually, we talked about
Tell us in
this.
the comments. Yeah.
I'm just gonna make the fucking new thumbnail just the old guy with like his hands up in the air, like I don't fucking know. Just that. It's like I don't fucking
Yeah, that's probably a much better.
put little like Sonic ears on top of it.
Yeah, I'll give him the Sonic ears and the big blue hat.
What the
Sonic podcast.
fuck is a Sonic?
Mark.
All right.
Anyway,
Well, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here because it's like 8:53 and everything's about to start. I want to thank Technicals, Cody, Dimitri Monroe, and of course my co-host Spooky for being on this podcast. If you liked this absolute shit show of an episode, you can watch more. YouTube.com/TheGatorGamer and Anchor.fm/AnimeBoomers. If you want to actually pay money for this shit show as well, you can go to Patreon.com/TheGatorGamer and YouTube.com/TheGatorGamer/join to become a member. Get early access to episodes. You can watch us record them live, like you could have watched us record this absolute shit show live before I went and chopped out all the gamer words and fun stuff like that. You get to get the hard R live when it pops up. You don't have to wait for the Odyssey edition.
All experience.
That's right. You get the authentic experience. But I want to thank everybody for tuning in today, and as always, we will see you next time.